frame.
Podcast Doesn't Exist, episode 61. Welcome, Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday night, Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. It's a podcast you can listen to any single day of the week. Welcome to another edition, man. And this week's theme, man, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. Most importantly is no cursing this episode, but people are getting hurt in the field. Slow to react, Mitchell. You're slow today, buddy.
I had no idea
up.
what you were going for.
They're getting hurt in the field, man. Tuesday, Jose Ramirez gets injured. Sorry, Jose Ramirez got injured, I think, a different day. Jose Ramirez got surgery on Tuesday. That same day, Randy Arozarena hurts his hamstring. He's on the IL. The next day, Julio Rodriguez, hamstring injury. He leaves the game. But he's back in the lineup on Sunday. Max Scherzer, that same day, placed on the IL again. And then later that night, even worse, Mike Trout tweaks his hamstring. He goes on the IL on Wednesday as well. 10-day IL for Mike Trout. Oh, God. And then on Thursday, Bobby Witt Jr., MCL sprain. Hasn't played yet. That's tough. Same day, Adolis Garcia, it's announced he's got a lat injury. He's out for the season. See you next year, Adolis. That sucks. Even worse for the Phillies. Later that day, Trey Turner hit by pitch, leaves game early. However, he is back in the lineup later. Still sucks for them. That same day, Adley Rutschman hits in the face with the ball.
Not bad either.
Running
the field.
Running to first base, gets hit in the fucking head with the baseball, goes on the concussion IL on Friday. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. leaves the game on Friday as well, tweaking his back. Justin Verlander placed on the IL on Friday as well, strained hamstring for him. Somehow Colby Thomas caught this ball, didn't get hurt. Play the Colby Thomas clip.
We're in the big leagues.
Adele flies it to right. Thomas moving back, still going, leaping.
Oh!
Damn. Oh, my goodness.
And Colby Thomas is not injured. The only player not getting injured this week is Colby Thomas, and he takes a freaking wall to the back. Mike Soroka and Jordan Lawler leave the game early on Friday as well for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Soroka's on the 15-day IL with a strained glute, and Lawler is on the 10-day with a right hamstring injury. A lot of hamstrings, man. Jeez Louise. Jack Leiter, the next day, 15-day IL, ankle impingement. The next day, Jared Jones hit by a comebacker. Earlier that week, Jazz Chisholm got hit in the balls. This was probably the most famous injury of the week, if I had to guess. Jazz Chisholm takes a foul ball in the balls. When asked, he said on a scale, he said it was a 1 million on the scale, on the pain scale, right in the nuts. Ow.
Oof.
After the game says he was not wearing a cup. After the game says he will not wear a cup. Refuses to wear a cup. That's not what he does.
I'm going to skip to where the trainer's checking on him and Aaron Boone's just sitting there blowing bubbles.
Aaron Boone.
Look at Jazz's face here.
He always looks like he's annoyed with Jazz Chisholm. I mean, his teammates are kind of laughing at him. Judgy thinks it's funny. It's not funny. It was a pain scale of 1 million, Judgy.
He looks like he just had like the hottest pepper in the world.
Hottest pepper right into the balls, man. Jeez Louise. Leaves the game with sore balls. And that's not the only injury for the Yankees, man. The Yankees famously, Aaron Judge, fractured his rib, hasn't played since May 31st, and since then they are 11-7. They've moved into first place, currently have the best record in the AL. They have the best run differential in the AL by 95 runs. I want to take a look at this run differential in the American League. It is one of the most insane things you'll ever see because the skill gap right now is pretty big. The NL versus the AL doesn't seem to be much of a competition. There are 3 teams in the American League right now with a positive run differential. 3. 1, 2, 3, uno, dos, tres. 3 teams. There's not a single team in the Central with a positive run differential. One of those teams with a positive run differential is the Rays. That's only +8. But the Yankees with a 112 positive run differential the entire American League by 95 runs. And that is a lot of runs. And it makes you think, man, are people sleeping on the Yankees? I've said it multiple times this year, and I think people will continue to sleep. But if I had to say right now, if there was a team in MLB right now who could beat the Dodgers in a 7-game series, I would put my money on the New York Yankees. Just because of what they've done offensively and defensively and on the pitching staff with the injuries they have. Listen to this. 3rd in the MLB in runs this year without Judge. So without Judge, I mean, yeah, it's been 3 weeks. But 3 weeks of the season, I mean, that's probably about what? 25%, 20% of the season at this point? Close. Mitchell's doing the math. He just said, correct. That's actually perfect. Thank you. So 3rd in MLB runs. 3rd in MLB runs. 3rd in runs in MLB without Judge. 3rd in steals too, so they're small ballering. I wouldn't say that's small ballering, but it's like, running is good for the team if you're good at it. And a big dig on the Yankees in past years was that their fundamentals were shit. And they fuck up the little things and they can't run the bases. But 3rd in steals, I mean, that's trending upwards. Pitching, 2nd in starting pitching ERA, 7th in relief pitching ERA. That's without Max Fried, and that's been without Garrett Cole most of the season. So they've done it a little bit shorthanded. And as I said, it's not even fucking close in the American League. And we'll go deeper and even compare them to some National League teams in a minute. But this week, they faced the white hot. You hear that? The white hot White Sox. They aren't red hot. They were white hot. First place White Sox came into the game. Davis Barton came into this series, the pitcher for the White Sox, 2.41 ERA, 4th most valuable pitcher in baseball. What did the Yankees do to him? Exploded his brain, dude. Shots to the fitted. 9 runs on 3 homers off Davis Martin. His ERA went up by how much, Mitchell?
You didn't copy it in.
I didn't copy it in because I'm a fucking ass fuck. But Mitchell wrote it down, so he should memorize that next time.
So his ERA went up 0.91 runs, so essentially a full run in one start.
That's not good, but that's what happens when you play the big bad Yankees in the Bronx Zoo. Next day, Ryan Weathers takes them out for the Yankees. So Ryan Weathers, this is probably 3rd or 4th pitcher right now, 4th pitcher, kind of a back end guy. He struggled a little bit. Last 3 starts, he gave up the first run in 2 of his last 3 starts. So that didn't make any sense. He's lost his last 3 starts, and he's given up a run in the first inning in 2 of his last 3 starts. He blew the lead in the other game in his other start. So he struggled in the beginning of games, comes into this game, wants to change that. Play the clip.
Ryan Weathers looked like a man on a mission in the first inning, retiring the side pretty quickly, and for good reason. His frustration was really boiling over when I spoke to him after his last start, telling me, I am sick and tired of putting this team in a hole.
Man, he might have done it again. That ball is long gone. Off the back wall of the...
Puts his team in a hole again. Bad timing for Weathers. However, that's the only run he allowed all game. Only allows 3 hits all game, strikes out 8, puts 10 more runs on the board. That's the Yankees offense on the White Sox. They scored 22 runs in 2 days. So here's the thing. They go 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. Now get this. Their opening day lineup, 4 out of their 9 players in their opening day lineup are not playing right now. That's Stanton, Judge, Grissom, and who else? And Austin Wells. So that's what? That's over 40% of the lineup is not in there. Still 3rd in MLB in runs, 2nd in offense in OPS, and 1st in homers. For the New York Yankees, who have a 2-game lead over the Rays, 8.5-game lead over the Blue Jays, who currently have 5 starters on the IL, even worse for the Blue Jays, 10.5 over the Orioles, and a 14.5 lead over the Red Sox. The Red Sox. So if I'm looking at the Yankees right now, Mitchell, I know you're a biased Braves fan. Do you think they're better than Braves?
I think the Yankees are a very good team. I will say they did have a bad back end of the week where they went 2 for 34 with runners in scoring position. They stole so many bases.
Small sample size.
And they went 2 for 34. On Thursday, they went 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position, despite having 2 doubles and Jose Caballero reaching on a 2-base error, which doesn't really compute because you get 3 runners in scoring position and you only have 1 at bat. But like in general, the stolen bases have surprised me, especially because they have a bunch of guys who can hit for power. Spencer Jones, since coming back up and replacing Judge, has been legitimately really good. And like we said last week, they have a great starting rotation, even with Fried down right now.
I mean, just talk about Schlittler. Cam Schlittler right now leads the league in WAR for American League. ERA leads American League in ERA. Most games started, most innings pitched, best ERA plus, best FIP, best hits per 9, best home runs per 9, 10.3 Ks per 9. I mean, that's the AL Cy Young hands down. He just pitched against the Red Sox again, didn't he? Or they didn't play the Red Sox.
No, he had a start against the Reds this week. It was the one game they won against Cincinnati. He went 6 innings and struck out 13 batters, allowed no runs.
Well, I just saw that he posted some screenshots of Red Sox fans telling him to kill himself. So I just assumed they played the Red Sox for some reason, then realized there's no way they played the Red Sox. He's just...
the Red Sox fans just probably scoreboard watched and saw that he did well again and got mad.
He is constantly beefing with Red Sox fans. It's a guy from Massachusetts. So that is the Schlittler way to say fuck the Red Sox.
The Yankees have 2 great players from Massachusetts. One of them grew up a Yankees fan and the other Schlittler. So.
Let me guess who the other one is. Stump, dude. I have no idea. There's 2 guys from the Yankees. Wait, let me guess. I'm stumped, bro. Who could it be?
Ben Rice.
Ben Rice.
You took a mid-podcast news there.
Ben Rice. 2 scoops of rice in that bowl for Ben Rice, who right now, as we stand, 1,000 OPS, 616 slugging. He's batting nearly 300 for the first baseman, Ben Rice, who is a beast. Don't sleep on Goldschmidt. I mean, the fucking first base platoon, first base DH split they got going on. That guy, 145 OPS plus for the old fart, 38 years old. Paul Goldschmidt keeps being a beast.
Peyton from Just Baseball tweeted something the other day that blew my mind. Ben Rice is slugging 1093 off of 4-seam fastballs.
Ooh.
His slugging percentage is over 1,000 on fastballs. Like, how do you pitch to a guy who is smoking fastballs?
Mitchell's brain right now. Blown. My brain right now. Fuck. Soundboard broke. It's all good. But you asked how do you pitch a guy slugging that off fastballs? I'll tell you what I do. Curveballs.
Just curveball.
Change-ups, sliders, some off-speed stuff. You got to mix it up with Ben Rice. If you throw him the heater, he's going to make you beat her. And your wife after the game because you're going to be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of being good at baseball, Anthony Volpe, the guy who everyone hates, he's underrated. But I wouldn't really highlight him as the key player to cover right now. I would say more Cody Bellinger is probably the most underrated player on the Yankees right now too, because that guy, 843 slugging, OPS this year. Did he sign this offseason, right? They re-signed him this offseason?
They re-signed him this offseason.
So that might be one of the best offseason signings, underrated because you don't really count it because he was on the Yankees before, but look at that. Even Jazz Chisholm's up there. I mean, Jazz Chisholm might be an all-star, right?
Yeah, but it's
second base.
It's American League second baseman.
He's about a league average hitter, but he's stealing a lot. You got to 23 steals for Jazz Chisholm. So they're stealing fucking Caballero. 14. Sorry, what the fuck? 16 steals for Caballero. My man. I guess I deleted that part about his fucking antics in the plate. So I guess we won't even cover it.
Yeah, I was looking for it. Not even there.
But Caballero, I mean, let's go over the Caballero shit. Why not? I mean, we got it in here. I mean, he is the biggest terrorist in MLB. Like facing Jose Caballero. What the fuck did I do with Caballero, bro? I know I'm saying his name wrong, but
you had the section.
I know I accidentally
yesterday.
deleted it. Let's see if we can find it.
Recover it.
Well, play the video because I have the video of it. So Caballero does this thing, right, where he gets into the box, and he's a pitch clock merchant, right? So what he does, there's a rule in MLB, right? The batter has to be in the box, and he has to, we'll just pause this for now. He has to be in the box. And you have to be in the box and you have to look at the pitcher with 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, right? If you're not making eye contact or ready to hit by 8 seconds, that's a pitch clock violation on the batter, because if you wanted to, the batter could just look up with 1 second and then the pitcher and batter have to make eye contact in order for the ball to be thrown, right? Now, if you're a batter, you could just wait till 1 second and then the guy doesn't have a chance to pitch. So they have to have a rule that has to be 8 seconds. So you have to be looking at the pitcher by 8 seconds. Caballero does this thing where he refuses to look at any pitcher or acknowledge their existence until 8 seconds on the clock. He did this against the Astros last year a couple times. He actually got an RBI from it where he got this guy twice, waits to 8 seconds. If you come set as a pitcher, if you come set and the batter's not looking at you, that's a pitch clock violation. Now, you get a warning, but if you do it twice in the same game, that's a pitch clock violation. Caballero does this nonstop trying to get pitch clock violations. He did it against Garrett Cole the first year of the pitch clock. Garrett Cole got pissed, and if you remember, threw a fastball like 40 feet over his head. So it ruffles people the wrong way. This guy's constantly getting people's ass. What was his quote? He wants to be hated.
He wants to be hated. He wants pitchers to hate him.
He loves being hated. He's just a cocksucker at the plate, right? A guy you'd love to see on your team. An absolute cocksucker. So he's been doing this all year, and he's pissing people off.
And this is the origin of the Garrett Cole pointer.
Oh, yeah. No, not today. And now they're teammates. It all comes full circle. So play the clip against the Blue Jays. So what he does is against the Blue Jays, yet they call him on it because according to the rules, Caballero, so he looks down, he's forcefully, pause it right here. Oh, you were late to the pause. You're off the team. See, he came set before he's looking at him, so that should be a pitch clock violation on the pitcher. However, the umpire calls it on Caballero because if you look at the beginning, if you go to the very beginning, the very, very, very beginning, play from here, the umpire has now concluded that this right here, if he looked at the pitcher, then looked down, so it was a fake look. They're trying to nerf Caballero with a fake look. That's a look. He's acknowledged the pitcher. Now he's looking down. The pitcher's allowed to come set. So now he's going to look down for as long as possible. Umpire says, you looked first time, boom. So it's the fake look. So they're trying to nerf Caballero. But you can't nerf a guy. I mean, this is a guy, you know what position he's played this year?
Everywhere.
Shortstop, second base, left field, right field, DH. He's even played pitcher and center field in his career. So he's played 8 of 10 possible positions in his career. He's just an all-around grinder. And it's the kind of guy you like on the Yankees. But they did nerf him this week. But going back to the Yankees as a whole, like I said, 2-game lead over the Rays, 8.5-game lead over the Blue Jays, 10.5-game lead over the Orioles, and a 14.5-game lead over the Red Sox, who had their stadium invaded by Scottish people this week. The Scottish people. The Scottish people. It's probably not Scotland. I don't know. I've never been to Scotland.
I don't think I have a Scottish accent.
Could have fooled me, brother.
I meant like in my repertoire,
You
not
seem like a guy who's got many accents in your repertoire. As you see the bagpipes, and look at all these Scottish people, man. They really do wear kilts. I thought that was a misnomer.
The Red Sox specifically scheduled a Scottish Heritage Night because they knew the Scots would be in Massachusetts for the World Cup. And all of these guys are wearing a Red Sox Scottish Heritage Night giveaway jersey.
That's right. So Scotland's in the World Cup, and they're playing in Boston. So there's thousands and thousands of Scottish people in Boston. So on Sunday, the Tartan Army, which is what they call the fans of Scotland, showed up at Fenway. They'd won their first World Cup game the day before against Haiti in Foxborough. So just right down the street, they come over, they march through Boston, as we just saw, parade through Fenway in drums, bagpipes, kilts. They're singing the entire time. There's not one instance in this whole thing they're not fucking singing shit. They're just singing songs constantly. At the World Cup, the Scots drank so much beer that Boston bars ran out. The Sam Adams Boston Tap Room ran out of beer this weekend because Scottish soccer fans drank it dry. From Thursday to Sunday, it was said they drank 4 times as much Boston Lager as it normally sells. The bar sold 4 times more Boston Lager than a typical holiday weekend. So they're outpacing the holiday weekend. 4 times, brother. 4 times, dude. Unbelievable, the Scots. They're just singing the entire time. They show up to Fenway. I don't know how many fans they had at Fenway, but it sounded like the entire stadium.
The Red Sox said they were expecting 4,000, and then articles later said around 5,000 fans showed up for this.
5,000 Scottish fans came to Fenway to watch the worst baseball team in the league. They went crazy, singing in the fucking stands, singing in the frickin' what is the word I'm looking for? Concourse. Drinking a lot of beers, wearing t-shirts. So the Scottish Heritage Night sells out. Did the Red Sox win the game? No. And the Scottish fans did not give a fuck at all.
Did you hear about, like, in Boston, like 90% of the bars ran out of alcohol because of the Scots?
That's just poor planning on Boston's behalf.
Yeah, but Boston's probably pretty equipped to deal with drinkers. So
You
it's
think?
like remarkable. Like, out of all the cities in the States, I would have assumed that Boston would be able to I'm blurry. Boston would have been able to handle it.
Not in the World Cup, dude. Happened to me in Arlington too, bro. They ran out of beers at Arlington in game 1 at the one place we went. We had to leave early. We were getting bad service. And then the USA fucking beat the fucking Paraguay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then we went up against Australia, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I said it first episode of the World Cup. I said it was a lock, USA to win the World Cup. What happened? 2-0. We'll see you next game. Who they play next, Mitch? He's typing it up, dude. Like, I don't even know. I already know who they play. They play Turkey.
They do play Turkey.
Turkey. Good luck, man. Good luck. We're moving on to the next round. The Red Sox, however, are not moving on to the next round. They got swept by the Blue Jays. Yikes. They scored 4 runs all series against the Blue Jays. So the Red Sox right now, worst offense in baseball by runs, second worst offense by home runs, 4th worst OPS in baseball by OPS. The Red Sox are officially 0-30 when trailing by 3 runs or more at any point in the game. That means they suck at coming back. They are not the comeback kids. They are bad. 2 players on their team, Roman Anthony and Garrett Cole. Sorry, Garrett Cole is not on their team. What I meant to say is that their 2 best players are hurt right now. So Roman Anthony and Garrett Crochet have played in a combined 4 games since May 1st, and I think that is a big reason why the team is absolutely dog crap, man. Is there any hope for the Red Sox? One good thing is that Devers is not on the team, and he is making bad headlines for a different team. But other than that, I don't see anything good going on for the Sox right now.
When they lost on Tuesday, the broadcaster said,
Swing and a miss, strike 3 at 100 miles an hour to end the ball game 3-0. That felt like a root canal with no painkiller.
Ooh.
so I think the Red Sox broadcasters are also out on the Red Sox.
It sucks to suck. They did take 2 out of 3 against Seattle, though, this weekend. If there's any hope, and we could say this about any single team in the AL is so weak right now. I mean, technically, they're not out of it by any means. 6 games back of a wild card spot while being 13 games under 500. That applies to almost every AL team. So it ain't over for real, just because of the landscape of the league. However, it is not looking good. There's not a lot of things to be excited for. Again, other than Crochet's probably coming back soon, right? Crochet's, I think, closer than Roman Anthony. At least that's what I heard last.
I feel like every update on Roman Anthony is like he can't even swing the bat yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard much progress from Mr. Roman. The Roman candle. Maybe by 4th of July, just because the firework thing. Roman candles. Roman Anthony.
So his wrists finally like heals as fireworks are shooting out.
Yeah. Look at the flick of the wrist. Look at the flick of the rays. Swept by the Dodgers, the Tampa Bay Rays, man. Tough sliding for the Rays. They had to play the Dodgers in LA. They got swept. Had to face Ohtani-san. Couldn't even beat him with a blister. Got shut out game 2. Lost game 1 by 1 run. So they lost by a combined 3 runs that series. And got swept. 3 close games, but then lost them all. Did beat the Nationals 2 out of 3, though, for the Rays, who stay in second place. I mean, the Rays haven't been playing great ball, but compared to the rest of the American League, they've been playing good enough. I mean, the Rays, 12 games over 500. That right now is the second best in the American League. That is, second best in the American League behind the Yankees. So, I mean, there's a lot of room to fall for the Rays before you're really worried. Haven't been playing great. The Orioles lost a series to the Mariners. Then they won a series against the Dodgers. Do you got anything on the Orioles right now?
Trevor Rogers has actually pitched really well. I shit on him 2 or 3 weeks ago, but since the beginning of June, his ERA has gone down from 6.84 to 5.30. He has a 2.22 ERA in that span. I mean, winning this series against the Dodgers kind of blew my mind.
Yeah. I mean, and yesterday they put up 12 runs against the Dodgers. You like to see that. Out of the scrappy Orioles, like I said, it applies to every single team. I mean, the Orioles have played not great this year. Not a lot to be excited about, but as it stands right now, they are 2 games back of a playoff spot. So they are far from out of it.
Pete Alonso's had a really nice June. He has a 1,006 OPS. He has 7 homers, batting .290.
Doesn't he always? That's his thing, right? Is that him or Schwarber?
That's Schwarber, but I was looking up Schwarber yesterday, thinking that he was the best player of all time in June. He's not even the best active player for a month.
Who's the best? Okay, well, who's the best?
Aaron Judge has the best Mays ever. But Schwarber,
who's got the best Junes ever?
It's not Schwarber. I forget who it was. It was so disappointing. He was on all-time players. He wasn't even on the first page of results that are 200 pages long.
Bum. Complete bum, Kyle Schwarber.
But Pete Alonso has had, I think he had such a slow start to the season with the Orioles where even as bad as things were going for the Mets, it wasn't Pete Alonso could fix this. But now, Pete Alonso is playing well, so maybe he could fix what's going on with the Mets.
Well, you mean with the Orioles? Unfortunately, what's going wrong with the Orioles has more to do with the pitching and the starting pitching specifically. Now, it's good news that Mr. Trevor Rogers is playing better, but they don't have a single starter with an ERA under 4, unless you want to count Brandon Young, and I don't know why you wouldn't, because he's made 12 starts and 67 innings pitched, but he's got a 3.07 ERA. So Brandon Young, you are left out of the equation, but everybody else has got a WAR under 1 in that starting pitching staff. If they can get better on that, though, the AL is wide open. Wide open.
Shane Baz has had a really good run since he first faced the Rays on May 20th. Yeah, he's a 2.39 ERA in his last 6 starts. He did allow 5 runs to the Blue Jays, but 4 of those were unearned. And one of them was a Gunnar Henderson error, and then the runner's interference that wasn't called. So overall, Baz has kind of come around in the last month.
Baz. He's Baz fishing out there. Speaking of the Blue Jays are playing better. They swept the Red Sox. Sorry, buddy. Only gave up 4 runs that series. Dylan Cease, 5 scoreless. Dylan Cease continues his even year tear. Dylan Cease on even years since 2022. So in 2022, 2.20 ERA. That was an even year. Second in Cy Young voting, right? Odd year. 2023. Don't even look at it, dude. Don't even look at it. 4.58 ERA. Not great. Even year. 2024 on the Padres. 4th in Cy Young voting. 3.47 ERA. Let's go. Odd year. Oh, no. 2025. 4.55 ERA. Dylan Cease. You are deceased. He's fallen off a cliff. Right? The Blue Jays say, hey, we see a trend. We're going to get him for an even year. They do. So far, 2.71 ERA this year. Leads the league in strikeouts. Other than Mizorowski, leads the American League in strikeouts with a 13.6 K per 9, which would be the best of his career right now for Dylan Cease, who's only 30, which kind of surprises me. I thought Dylan Cease would have been a little older than that, but he embarrasses the Red Sox. Max Scherzer back on the IL, back spasms. That's his second IL stint of the year, which it feels like not a lot. Feels like he's been on the IL.
Well, he was on the IL the first time for the first 2 months of the year. He made 2 starts and then disappeared for... No, he made 5 starts and then he disappeared for 2 months.
And then he came back for a couple starts, gave up 10 runs.
Came back for one start.
And gave up a shit ton of runs, went back on the AL.
I think he's done.
Listen, man, it's not over till it's over. I got faith in Scherzer. I got faith in Verlander, who are both trying their best, man. It is sad to see two of the greatest pitchers of all time, of our lifetime for sure, trying their best. But, man, Father Time is undefeated. He's got a hurt thumb. He's got a hurt back. He's got a hurt wrist. He's got a hurt heart. But you know what? Even a hurt heart for Max Scherzer trumps the average heart because that boy's got heart. And there's nothing better than heart.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate that. My heart goes out to Schwarbs. And then they split a series against the Cubbies. So AL wildcard series standings, as I said it right now, because we just covered the AL East, who has three bad teams who are all kind of still in it in the wildcard standings. Like I said, the American League right now, they have three teams with a positive run differential. They have, I mean, how many of these teams have losing records? I have winning records.
I see 5 teams with winning records.
And that's not great because there's 15, only 1/3 of the league has a winning record. The Blue Jays right now are under 500 and are in a playoff spot. The Athletics are 2 games under 500, half game out. The Twins, I mean, I don't know if you've been checking in on the Twins. They might be back. They are 3 games under 500, but 1 game back of wild card spot. The Twins actually had the best week in baseball this week.
And their playoff odds went up 13%, and they are, 3 games under 500?
Yeah.
That's the direness of this all.
It shocked me. We will go to the Central later, but the AL Central playoff odds are pretty insane. But all these teams, I mean, even the Astros, bro, I thought the Astros were cooked when 13 of their starters got injured this year. They are 5 games under 500, 2 games back for a playoff spot.
I think the Astros are asleep. We'll get to the AL West, but the Astros are shocking me.
Even the Tigers, who won 3 in a row, everyone's saying, are we going to trade Scuba or not? I mean, look at it right now. 5 games out of a playoff spot, and that is 11 games under 500. It's tough to sell when you're that close and you've been playing so bad, and you're getting Verlander back soon.
Except you're not.
So come on. But the worst injury of them all, even more injuries, Shohei Ohtani's finger. Oh my God, this guy is bleeding all over the place. Shohei Ohtani is now hurt. He's dealing with 2 injuries. So Shohei just had the worst start of his season. In April, he gave up 2 runs. In May, he gave up 3 runs. On Wednesday, he gave up 4 runs in 1 inning, which sucks. He was bleeding on himself due to a blister. So he's got a blister on his finger. He also dealt with his blister in his last start. So combined, he allowed 7 runs in his last 2 starts with the blister. He's also dealing with knee inflammation. He missed 1 game last week with knee inflammation. Came back, hit a home run, first game back off knee inflammation, then missed another game this weekend because he had a baby, which is the worst injury of them all when it comes to taking away your focus on the field, in my opinion. Has a baby, misses a game, comes back, hits another home run in his first game back. So since missing a game with a knee injury, he has 3 hits, but they're all homers. So he's got a 667 slugging and a 1,014 OPS. So his knee has not slowed down his hitting at all. His hitting is doing well. However, his knee and his blister might be a problem with his pitching. He missed over a month in Japan with a blister back in the day, and he also, in 2023, missed a game with a blister, and not too far after that, went down with Tommy John. So, I mean, a blister, if you look at the history of Shohei, kind of leads to poor things. He's dealt with blisters before. I would assume the reason why he deals with blisters more than the average player or pitcher is because he also hits. So swinging definitely is going to give you blisters on your hands. I would say more so than pitching, but, a blister really does fuck up your pitching when it really wouldn't affect your hitting too much. Either way, there is some concern there. He did have an insane stat. So since 2021, Shohei Ohtani, with pitchers over 500 innings since 2021, he has the lowest ERA in baseball. The second lowest ERA in baseball during that span is Drew Rasmussen on the Rays. Shohei Ohtani hit a home run off him. So the best pitcher just hit a home run against the second best pitcher. So who's the best pitcher now?
I mean, the best pitcher was the best pitcher.
The best pitcher was the best pitcher, but he's even better pitcher than he even widened the gap even further because the best pitcher can hit bombs. which is hilarious. Went 60 episodes before Jack Schwartz realized that Shohei Ohtani was the only fucking pitcher who hit. And that was actually, I was thinking about that yesterday, getting pissed off. I mean, how fucking dumb can you be? 60 episodes.
People who do not watch every single or listen to every single podcast, they don't know that Jack is not a baseball fan. Like
Dude,
this,
I mean,
I think we got to defend Jack a little bit. This man,
you can defend him all you want. I got to be honest, bro.
Produces a great looking podcast.
If I met a random person on the street and it was like, Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball because he hits and he pitches, and they were like, what? I thought everybody hit and pitched. I'd be like, yeah, but it's rare. I would say, but if you go through 60 episodes of the best baseball podcast in the fucking world ever created, and you still didn't grasp that, it's kind of an L.
I mean, it is no. I want to defend Jack just a little bit because some people might not know that he came in here with basically no baseball knowledge whatsoever.
I think for the people giving me hate in the comments, come find me, and I'll show you what's up.
This man performs comedy multiple nights a week, so easy to find.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant I'll fucking fight them.
I know, but to make it easier for them, they can just kind of find you pretty easily.
They're going to give you some hecklers.
That's true. I do post where I'm at.
Yeah, you're going to get some hecklers, bro. Just get some crowd work clips out of that. Imagine going up there and someone's just like, dude, talk about Shohei.
Shohei is one of the only players I can talk about.
Well, I mean, you didn't even know he hit and pitched, bro.
He did know Ohtani hit and pitched. He just didn't realize that no one else did.
He's like, what's Mizorowski's? How many home runs does Mizorowski have this year? He's on fire. He's in the news. Anyway. Sorry, Jack. But
it's good. I didn't care enough to feel like I needed to bring it up.
But I got to say, man, if you're the Dodgers, I do think it's like a little. I am more concerned probably than the average person about Shohei's injuries with the blister and everything. Just knowing the history of Shohei and blisters, and the knee, you know, the injuries are piling up. I will say that, like, I have a hunch that if this was any other pitcher on the Dodgers, he'd be on the IL or be taking starts off.
I don't get why the Dodgers let him pitch with the blister.
I'll tell you 100% why. Because it's Shohei Ohtani, and they can't tell him shit. The guy basically owns the Dodgers. And he has the most powerful person in that organization. He could buy Guggenheim, bro, if he wanted to. And he wants to win the Cy Young, so he doesn't want to miss any starts. He wants to pitch through it. Now, the blister is, in his defense, it's like, if you see in the pictures, it's like not, typically if you had a blister right here, if you're looking at the camera, this would be a big issue, right? Because you're throwing the ball and it's going to fuck up your hand. Your pitches, but his is like on the side, like right here. So like, it's not going to affect his pitching as much. However, we do have the stats that says it might be affecting his pitching. If you watch the two starts he had, though, it wasn't like he was awful at pitching. Now, Shohei's been wild his whole career. He's always wild. So yeah, I'm sure he's walked some guys, was a little erratic during those starts. He's always like that. He really just had 2 bad innings in both those starts. So in that case, I'm not that concerned. I just know that if I was a Dodgers fan or the Dodgers organization and my sole goal was to win a World Series this year, I'm not sure that you would have Shohei Ohtani out there pitching right now. I would shelve him for 2 months and be like, get ramped up for the playoffs because we do not give a fuck. I don't know if you know, the Dodgers right now have 100% chances to make the playoffs according to Fangraphs. 100% chance. So it doesn't really matter if Shohei pitches or not until October. If your whole goal is to win in October, I don't know why Shohei's pitching, but at the same time, you're not going to tell me he can't pitch. You can't. It's Shohei Ohtani.
So if you were the Dodgers, man, if you were Dave Roberts, you would deprive MLB fans everywhere of Shohei Ohtani for 2 months.
If I was, that's the thing. And I think this is a problem that I think objectively you say if you're the Dodgers, you don't let Shohei pitch, right? But they're human like us. Everyone wants to see Shohei pitch. Everyone wants to see him have the best. He's having the best baseball season of all time. You know, it takes a guy with balls to be like, you can't pitch because we're going to play it safe. We're waiting for October.
But I mean, if you bench Ohtani pitching for 2 months, then you have to ramp him back up.
You got to
again.
ramp. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And if the concern is a blister that basically is only affecting his splitter, then you just tell him not to throw his splitter.
And that does complicate things with the ramp up stuff. And that's why I say if you go back to his Japanese career, when I say I think he missed 2 months or a month and a half with a blister in Japan, which is insane for that same reason. It's like once you stop pitching, but you're also hitting every day and you're the best hitter in the lineup. So we need you in the lineup, but we need you to get ramped up. But how are you going to get ramped up while hitting every day? If you can't pitch, how are you going to pitch? Are we going to send you down to the minors and not have you hit? It just complicates everything. So,
I mean, last year I was skeptical that he could do a rehab assignment in the major leagues on the fly. He did it.
yeah.
He's the only player in baseball who could do that. And the Dodgers have the Ohtani rule, the roster rule, on their side that allowed them to have that. But yeah, I don't think it's worth shelving Ohtani for a month or two just because it's like arm fatigue or something.
Well, we'll see. He's scheduled to pitch on Wednesday in Minnesota. So it looks like he is going to continue on his path to greatness. His birthday is next week, so let's give a big round of applause for Shohei Ohtani's birthday. And the Dodgers currently have 4 All-Stars on the IL. So Ohtani IL, that would even be crazier. 5 All-Stars on the IL, but it does not matter how many All-Stars are on the IL because they sweep the Rays, go 4-2 this week, had the best record in baseball, best run differential in baseball, best average, best on-base percentage, best OPS in baseball, have the best starting pitching staff in baseball, currently have a 100% chance to make the playoffs. First team in MLB to get 100%, according to Fangraphs. And they are 9.5 games above the D-backs, who right now only have a 27.9% chance to make the playoffs. The D-backs have fallen off a cliff. And 9 games above the Padres, who only have a 17.7% chance to make the playoffs for the Padres. 17.5 games above the Giants, who are also another fucking L for the Giants. Their star player just had another incident. So Rafael Devers, do we have this clip? So Rafael Devers gets pinch hit for, refuses to leave the game. So let's pause it. Well, let's just pause it right now and we'll play it in a second. I'll set it up for a second. I jumped the gun a little bit on that one. So top of the 9th, they are down by 1. He gets walked. Since he's slow as shit, they get a pinch runner for him, right? Because this is the tying run on first base. They want a fast guy. So they pinch hit Devers, right?
Pinch run
Devers with the fast guy. And this is Devers' reaction to that.
Great at bat.
He's looking over.
3-2.
Who does he think he is?
He's Rafael Devers. He says, no, go back. I'm going to stay. The guy's like, Cox is like, no, I got to go. He's like, no, go back. And he gets pissed off, screams in his helmet, scratches his head, does a little fucking buff thing, I don't know, and then refuses high fives in the dugout.
And then dodges.
So no, not today. Waves off this guy. And yeah, it's a bad look for Rafael Devers for sure. And the bad looks are fucking piling up for Devers. At this point, it is kind of a thing where it's like, brother, where there's smoke, there's fire. We all know when Bregman came to the Red Sox, he said, I'm playing third base. I don't care. Refused to play first base for the Red Sox. Got traded to the Giants because the Red Sox didn't like him. Played first base for the Giants. Snubbed Will Clark on a first base lesson for the Giants. Reports were that he was not asked to play for Dominican Republic because of his locker room antics. And now this. His old manager, Alex Cora, made a tweet, a very suspicious tweet, right after this happened. He says, but, lips sealed. Now, what could this mean, Mitchell?
Seems like he's reacting to Devers.
But, Jack, if you had to guess, how would you interpret this?
First, let me act it out. Let me find myself in there. But, yeah, I don't know.
But,
who is this?
This is his former manager for the Red Sox.
Okay, so he's dealt with these issues before.
yes. But his lips are sealed, and we may never know his true feelings about Rafael.
We could ask
Devers.
him.
I feel like you could DM him right now and he would tell you everything. Like, why?
No.
No, Alex, you have so much time on your hand right now. Just Come to DC. Come to DC. Let's talk.
Come on the
Come
pod.
through,
Let's
baby.
put it all out on the table, man. Let's expose this motherfucker.
Real quick, can I say that I apologize if you can hear the AC in here? It's like way too hot to not have it on sometimes.
Something might be wrong with you. I'm wearing a sweater. I was not hot at all.
Oh, I was watching your face start to sweat. That's why I turned it on. And the cameras were getting hot.
My face is sweating.
No, I was just getting a little glistening.
I feel like
you
you're
know?
always wearing sweatshirts though, even when it was like 95 degrees the other week.
Yeah.
It could just be me, but I'm also surrounded by these lights and fans and stuff. So anyway, just
All of the lights, all of the lights. If you want it, you could get it for the rest of your life. Fast cars, shooting stars.
Oh, no!
The Mets. So Rafael Devers, man, 166 games with the Giants so far. That's about a one season. He's got a 7.76 OPS, 116 WRC plus, 2.5 BWAR, which is not too bad for a DH. However, he's getting paid $27.5 million a year, and he's causing issues. So they probably want to trade him. And in fact, the Giants want to trade their entire team right now. So the reports are they want to trade Adames, they want to trade Matt Chapman, they want to trade Robbie Ray, they want to trade Luis Ariz. That's according to Buster Only. They want to trade anyone who's getting paid money. Okay, they're down to 2.2% playoff odds, and they just got swept by the Marlins, Jack's Marlins, who another team that's on fire. The Marlins, the mighty Marlins. But first, we got to get to the puny Padres, man. So the puny Padres, since beating the Dodgers and taking first place on May 18th, they have the worst record in baseball, second worst offense in baseball runs, last in hits, last in average, last in OPS, and lowest bullpen ERAs. So their bullpen is a beast. Everything else sucks. And they have fallen even worse behind the Dodgers. 17.7% playoff odds for the Padres. Not good. Any notes on the Padres? Anything you want to get off your chest?
With the Padres offense, it's been bad. I mean, they got one hit on Monday by Dustin May, who's not a bad pitcher, but he's not a guy who should be one-hitting you. Like a one-hit complete game shutout for Dustin May, who had never thrown a complete game as a professional baseball player. This man has been in professional baseball for over a decade. Never once until he faced the Padres. Then on Friday, in the first inning, the Padres scored 5 runs off of Jacob deGrom. You're like, finally, this offense is breaking out. And then they lost. Randy Vasquez allowed 6 runs in the bottom of the first. So it wasn't a great week. They won 2 games, lost 4. Offense sucked, except for that one game that they lost. Tatis is hitting okay, but he's still not homering a lot.
Yeah.
Very disappointing team.
Tatis, there was a crazy little statistic that I farmed. Planted the seed and harvested it this morning. The harvest has been plentiful out of this brand lately. In 2021, Tatis that was his big home run year, right? Right, 2021? Yeah, 2021, he had 42 home runs, led the National League. That year, he had more home runs than Schwarber. He had 10 more home runs than Schwarber. So he was a better home run hitter than Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber on Saturday had more home runs in one game than he has all season. There was a time not too long ago where those two he was a better home run hitter than Kyle Schwarber. Now it's like Schwarber's beating him in one game.
Tatis hit 100, or not 100. He hit 42 homers in 130 games in 2021. He missed 32 games. I think if he didn't miss that many games, he would have won MVP that year.
Maybe he was on steroids. I don't know.
This is single-handedly changing my mind.
Turns out maybe Tatis was actually on steroids, like they said. He tested positive for steroids, and I was like, maybe not. But, turns out you go from 42 home runs to 2 home runs. You might have been on steroids. You know what? Hey, we all make mistakes.
Now he's just a slap-hitting defensive specialist.
You know what? And there's worse things to be in life. You could be a criminal, which he was technically doing steroids in America. Now, we don't know if he did them in America. Either way, the kids, stay off the steroids, man. Just be like the Diamondbacks. Have the worst record in MLB since May 29th. 8-14, have the second worst offense in MLB. They should get steroids. Their pitching staff sucks ass too. Zach Gallen got booed, bro. So Zach Gallen got booed on Saturday after giving up 9 runs. Since the beginning of 2025, he has had a 5.20 ERA. That's a negative 0.4 WAR. This year, worst ERA in baseball. And this is a former Cy Young candidate guy. a negative 1.3 B WAR for Zach Gallen. According to Fangraphs, the Diamondbacks have 2 of the 5 worst starting pitchers in baseball. That's Ryan Nelson with a negative 0.1 F WAR and Zach Gallen with a 0.1 F WAR. Also have Merrill Kelly in that rotation, who's got a 5.81 ERA. Also, 2 other starters on the IL. That is Mike Soroka and Ryan Nelson. So it is not good. Injured and bad. That is the Diamondbacks, who did win a series against the Angels, but did not sweep, so that counts as a series loss. And then played the frickin' Twins and lost 2 out of 3. Diamondbacks down to 27% playoff odds. That's the thing about the Diamondbacks. They've kind of skirted the past few years by having the best offense in baseball. While still not being that great because the pitching has been that bad. And then you saw it right now since June, basically, they've had the second worst offense in baseball. So that's going to give them the worst record in baseball because they cannot pitch, man. They cannot pitch.
And yeah, with Soroka out, Soroka's been legitimately a great pitcher this year. He had 1 blow-up start, but he had a 2.50 ERA before that 1 start against the Brewers, and he's had a 2.10 ERA since then. And with Soroka, man, you never know how long he's going to be out because he's a very injury-prone pitcher. So their only good pitcher, except for Eduardo Rodriguez, is now out.
Yeah, and Eduardo has had a great season too, a comeback season, man. Ever since that World Baseball Classic. They say the World Baseball Classic ruins pitchers, but look at Eduardo Rodriguez. He's back and ready to act, ready to attack the zone with fastballs, curveballs, sliders, and sinkers. He's the best pitcher since Jesse Winker. Boom. And then the Rockies, man. Moving on. The Rock Show, dude. Anything on the Rockies, bro? Are they still bad?
I mean, yeah. The one bright side is TJ Rumfield, who was a Rule 5 pick from the Yankees, I believe.
They were calling him Bumsfield.
Or no, he wasn't even a Rule 5 pick. It was a minor league trade.
Rule 6 pick, even worse.
Rumfield has a 122 OPS plus. He homered 3 times this week, and he has one of the worst bat speeds in baseball, but he has 12 homers this year and 842 OPS. But yeah, the Rockies, Kyle Freeland, he became the second Rockies pitcher ever to have 1,000 strikeouts for the Rockies, and his ERA is over 7. So it's he had a great start on Friday. He allowed 2 runs, and his ERA is still 7.36.
Yeah, Kyle Freeland might have one of the craziest careers of all time. If he pitches his entire career in Colorado, like that guy, and he had that, people forget. I don't think people know. Actually, in 2018, at 25 years old, I guess it wasn't his rookie year, but his second year in MLB, he had a 2.85, 17-7, 7.8 WAR for the Rockies, pitched 200 innings in Coors, was dominant, got 4th in Cy Young, had a 2.85 ERA. That's a legitimately insanely good year, and that was his second year in MLB. Ever since then, he has, let's look it up, almost 1,000 innings. So he's pitched a lot, a 5.16 ERA. So it's like a Corbin situation where no one with a 5+ ERA is ever going to be allowed to get this many starts. 183 starts during that span, nearly 1,000 innings. Now we have to be fair to him. I mean, if he was pitching in any other stadium other than Coors, it wouldn't be a 5.16. He's got a 94 ERA plus. So he's about a league average pitcher if you counter the park factors, according to ERA plus stat. So, yeah, a career 4.68 ERA. And in his since 2019, he's got a 5.16, but that makes him a league average pitcher, basically, because of the park factor. So if he just continues to pitch in Coors and he just racks up innings, he's going to have one of the worst ERAs for a qualified pitcher in the modern era. But it's kind of unfair to judge him on that because of the park he pitches in. I mean, no one's lasted in Coors this long. I doubt. I mean, who's pitched? What Colorado pitcher?
Ubaldo Jimenez pitched a while for the Rockies, and then Antonio Senzatella is the only other Rocky who had 1,000 strikeouts, and he just left the Rockies this year, and he pitched No, wait, he's still on the team. Sorry. Who am I thinking of? Who's the Rocky pitcher who went to the Padres?
Marquez.
Oh, yeah. Senzatella has 10 seasons with Colorado.
Yes, a crazy career for Kyle Freeland. And you have to respect him, man. You can't look at that 5+ ERA and say, oh, he's dog shit. Fuck him. Loser, idiot. Show him some respect, man. He is toughed it out in Coors Field. I mean, come on. There's worse things to do in life, but come on. Give it up for Kyle. Fuck. Freeland.
Oh, before we move on from the Rockies, Tomoyuki Sugano outdueled Paul Skeens.
Easy. Called it. Easily.
In Coors Field, Sugano went 6 innings, allowed 1 run, and struck out 5 batters.
Sugano, man. I mean, can he pull the pants up even higher? A man with his pants pulled up that high, his ERA has gone down since going to Colorado. Shout out to Toma. See, that's another example. 4.31 ERA. You say that's not great. But ERA Plus says he's above average. 112 ERA Plus. That's how hard it is to pitch in Coors Field. And he did it. Outpitched Paul Skeens in Coors Field. And I can't say I'm surprised. Do you want to take a quick pause so I can pee and then do a brand deal?
Sure.
All right, y'all. This podcast is brought to you by Gusto. We love Gusto, man. You know that feeling when you finally clean out a junk drawer, a drawer, a drawer with a lot of junk in it. You've been cleaning out. It's been bothering you for months. That's what switching to Gusto felt like for my business. I use Gusto for my payroll. You can also do your HR on there, your benefits, all the admin chaos that piles up. Gusto organizes it in one place. Everyone's trying to run leaner, tighter budgets, smaller teams, higher expectations. It's business, baby. Business is business. And if you got a business or you're in any type of business, you need Gusto. The last thing you have time to do is to waste time on manual payroll or chasing down an HR form. Gusto is how small business owners get time back when every hour counts. And let me tell you, that shit does suck. Payroll and chasing down dumb fucking forms and dealing with dumb fucking shit like that is bullshit. Gusto does help out with that. Organizes the chaos, guys. Look, the economy is a lot right now. If you're a small business owner, you probably feel it. You can't control interest rates or tariffs, but you can control how efficiently your business operates. Automating payroll and HR with Gusto in one of the fastest ways to cut friction and focus on what actually moves the needle, which is making TikToks, YouTube videos, and podcasts. Not stupid forums and shit like that. Gusto is online payroll and benefits software that is built for small businesses. It is an all-in-one, remote-friendly, and incredibly easy to use. You can pay, hire, onboard, and support your team from anywhere. Automatic payroll tax filing, workers' comp, commuter benefits, health benefits, 401k, you name it. Gusto makes it simple. Unlimited payroll runs for one monthly rate. No hidden fees, no surprises. It is ranked number 1 on G2's highest satisfaction products list for 2026 and trusted by over 400,000 small businesses. And Baseball Doesn't Exist LLC is one of them. So try Gusto right now at gusto.com/PDE and get 3 months for free when you run your first payroll. That is 3 months of free payroll at gusto.com/PDE. One more time, that is gusto.com/PDE. Go on there and get Gusto right now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gusto. Love you. Big hug and handshake. Business. It's a good guy. Keep it business-like for Gusto. Just a handshake.
Also, functional app.
Very functional app.
Useful app that works.
They don't fuck
We
around.
get an email every 2 weeks. It's a great email. It says you're getting paid today.
Oh, buddy. I'm in there early. I watch it while it's pending. I'm like, ooh, I get paid in 6 days.
And sometimes I just go, cancel. I just make them wait a couple days. Fucking idiots. Yep. All right. Let's go back to the baseball world, man. Baseball. More specifically, the Braves, man. So the Braves, they have 2 stars on the IL. Acuna's one of them. Acuna's on the IL with a strained hamstring. Weiss says that Acuna is a, quote, long way from returning. That's not good. And Spencer Strider went on the IL with elbow inflammation. Can't throw for 4 weeks for Strider. So for the Braves, that fucking hurts. I mean, that is a former MVP, a former Cy Young candidate that they lose. And then they go 1-6 going into the weekend. Then they have to face two of the best pitchers in baseball. So the Braves are free falling. They lose to the White Sox. Then they lose 2 to the Giants.
I thought the Braves were going to get back-to-back no-hit.
That's what we thought. Then they have to face Jacob Mizorowski and Kyle Harrison back-to-back. So they've started back-to-back games since April 19th. The team is 17-3 in those games. 1.44 combined ERA. Since May 1st, they have combined for 1 loss. Okay, the Braves, coldest team in baseball going into this series against the 2 best pitchers in baseball. And they fucking pull it out. So they scored 2 runs against Miz on Friday. They win the game 3-2. That is the most runs allowed by Miz since April 25th. Miz hasn't allowed more than 1 run in a start since April 25th. Pretty amazing for the Miz. Those balls are gooey. He gave up more earned runs in this start. He gave up more earned runs in this start than his previous 8 starts combined. Martin Perez outpitched him, baby. Martin Perez for the Braves, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, gets the win over Mizorowski. So they beat Mizorowski. Next day, they got to face Kyle Harrison. 2 more runs scored off Kyle Harrison. They get the win on an Ozzie Albies walk-off, a clutch hit by Ozzie Albies. They thought it was over, but nope, an opposite field blast. Right, it was opposite field. He was hitting from the left side, right side.
He was hitting from the right side. And it went 339 feet. If I was a Brewers fan, I would be losing my shit.
Well, yeah, go lose your shit, Brewers fans. Get fucked by Ozzie Albies. This is the first time Miz and Harrison have back-to-back losses all season. So the Braves win 2 games this week, and it's against the 2 best pitchers in baseball. Now, I wouldn't say Kyle Harrison's the 2nd best pitcher in baseball, but the best 2 1-2 punch. Those are the only 2 games they won this week, right?
Only 2 games they won. They had a game postponed, so they only played 5 games.
Didn't they have 2 games? They had a Giants and a White Sox game. Or that was
White Sox was last week.
Okay, so.
They had some stupid mismanagement on Tuesday where they played 1.5 innings and then they suspended the game, and then Robbie Ray came out of nowhere, started on Tuesday, had a 6-inning no runs allowed outing. And Braves starting pitching in general, Martin Perez and Chris Sale, they did really well on Friday and Saturday. But the Braves starting pitching is terrible. Since the beginning of June, they have the 24th worst, or 24th, they're 24th in starting pitching ERA at 5.80. Before June 1st, they were 4th in starting pitching ERA. At the same time, their offense is terrible. They're last in runs scored since the beginning of June. So to win 2 games off of Harrison and Mizorowski is just mind-blowing.
Yep, a little bit of a poor stretch for the Braves. They snuck out 2 wins. So that's good. There's some fight in the club. They did get Drake Baldwin back, who came back in a big way. Fucking leadoff home run for Baldwin, right? Was he batting leadoff in that game?
Yeah, he hit a 473-foot homer. Longest homer of the season, and then he had 1 other hit the entire week.
Okay, well, that sucks, but you do enjoy the home run. Michael Harris also was hurt.
Yeah, he had a back injury. He missed a few games. And things got so dire for the Braves that Matt Olson played right field.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
So Ha-Sung Kim sucks.
Yeah, Ha-Sung Kim, bro.
The Braves pinch hit for Jorge Mateo during Wednesday night's game. And then when Ha-Sung Kim's spot in the order, who came in for Mateo, came back around, the Braves were like, we'd rather pinch hit and put Matt Olson, who has not played outfield since 2017. They put him in right field for an inning. He had one of the longest consecutive game streaks at first base in MLB history. And the Braves were like, we'd rather not have Ha-Sung Kim hit.
Well, Ha-Sung Kim, what is going on with him? I mean, that guy was the best defender of baseball. Now he sucks. Like, what the? How do you even get that bad at defense like that? Quick?
Well, I mean, not only is he terrible at defense, I would argue that the average person might not be doing much worse than Ha-Sung Kim right now.
Well, so he's got a negative 24 OPS plus. I believe so right now he doesn't qualify. So, but he might have the worst WAR, even though he hasn't played that much. He has the 3rd worst WAR in baseball in just 21 games. So the 2 guys who have worse WARs than him, barely, are Salvador Perez and Lawrence Butler. They've played over 3 times more games than him. So just in 1/3 of the games, he's accumulated negative 1 wins above replacement. He's already cost the Braves 1 win, allegedly.
Not even hyperbole. He might be the worst player I've ever seen.
And why though?
He injured his thumb in Korea. And since then he's been bad at defense. He's been one of the worst hitters I've ever seen. And it's a very disappointing thing for me personally, because this is the first Korean player in 23 years for the Braves. This is really the first Korean player I've ever got to see on the Braves, and he sucks so much.
He's walking so others can run, you know?
No, he's not even walking.
He's breaking down barriers, man.
I didn't mean like in baseball walk.
No, like he's not walking. He's like...
Yeah, he's ruined.
If they're a
never sign another Korean again.
What's the opposite of a trailblazer? That's what Kim is doing right now.
What's the opposite of a trailblazer?
That's a good question. Just a freaking roadblock.
Roadblock. Blade.
Maybe we just use his name as the term for the opposite of a trailblazer.
Ha-Seong Kim coming in, ruining it for all Koreans. They're going to make a rule. No more Koreans allowed in Atlanta.
Which is tough because Atlanta has a massive Korean population.
Oh,
so he's disappointing, however many Koreans there are.
I think you should be proud of him anyway, you know?
It's tough.
It's tough, man. And then you lost to Mexico in soccer, too.
Yeah. Didn't watch that, but wasn't it like an old goal or something stupid like that?
I believe they did, and they were so close. It was a crazy save to get the Mexicans the dub, and we were really happy for them. Home game, but they'll never beat the Americans. America is the best at soccer right now. Give it up for the boys in blue. So the Braves struggle, but they do salvage. I mean, the 2 wins against Mizorowski and Harrison, I do take that as a dub. I mean, fucking Elder yesterday, though. That guy, I mean, that ERA stat might just be Bryce Elder. That guy, his regression needs to be studied in a lab, dude. Yeah, so he's got, what, a 13.5 ERA in his last 7 games or something insane?
It's not that high. But before he started a game against the Red Sox on May 27th, he had a 197 ERA, which I don't have it in front of me, but that was top 5 in the league. His ERA right now for the season is 3.71 because in the last, 5 starts, he has an 8.31 ERA, 24 earned runs, 25 runs allowed in 26 innings. Ugh.
Not good. And what makes it even worse is that the fighting Phillies are fighting. So it is a question. It might be time to worry if you're a Braves fan. So the Phillies, since June, set second best record in June, best record in baseball since Mattingly got hired on April 28th. They have the worst record in the NL on that day. They had the worst record in the National League on that day. Now they have 81.1% chance to make the playoffs. This is an insane stat. So they've lost, on Wednesday, they had lost 14 games since Mattingly got hired. 7 of those games were games that Andrew Painter started. Then he lost again. So 8 of the 15 losses they had under Mattingly were because of Andrew Painter. He gets sent down to the minors, so that might just solve the problem, all the problems the Phillies had. They might not lose again. And then they went ape shit. So the Phillies went ape shit this weekend. Saturday, they beat the Mets 15-3. Bryce Harper hit for the cycle in the 5th inning. I believe that was the first time anyone's hit for the cycle that early in a game since 2014. That same game, Kyle Schwarber hits 3 home runs in that same game. So the second time in history, a team has a player hit for the cycle and a player hit 3 home runs in the same game, according to Opta Stats. Second time in Harper's career he's hit for the cycle. 5th time in his career, in Schwarber's career, that he hits 3 home runs in one game. The next day, Schwarber hits another home run. Bryce Harper hits another home run. Bryce Harper is a triple away from a cycle again. And this weekend, in 2 games, Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber alone go 12 for 17, get 12 hits, 6 home runs, 13 RBIs, and 9 runs. They have more homers, 2 guys, in 2 days than 6 teams had all week this week. And that is a good 2-day stretch for the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber is on pace for 61 home runs. He is 1 shy of Aaron Judge's record in 2022. He leads the league with 29 home runs right now, and they are just 6.5 games back of the Braves. 2.5 games better than the Marlins, who they fucked up this weekend as well. Not this weekend, but this week. But the fighting Phillies looking good, bruh. And I think Harper was playing like shit before this, too. A little bit of a cold streak for Harper.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what his stretch was, but he had a hit on, I think, like Wednesday or something, and someone was like, that was his first hit. Yeah, so he went a full week without a hit. Didn't get a hit on the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, or 16th. Got a single on the 17th. Didn't get a hit on the 18th. So over a 7-game span, he was batting .045 with an .045 slugging percentage.
When you're hot, you're hot. So Bryce Harper raised his OPS by 59 points in 2 games. 837 to 896. When you're hot, Bruce. Embarrasses the Mets. And the fighting Phillies are good at baseball again. We thought it was over, Mitchell. And it's not over. They're getting riled up in Philadelphia. And the Mets get embarrassed again. I also will say I don't fucking think Bryce Harper's triple should have been a triple.
I think by the book, though, was the right rule.
Burn the book.
So in baseball, there's a rule like you basically get the base that you advance or like attempting to advance to before there's a throw. Harper, his triple, he was like 10 feet past the bag when he hit his triple. But the throw was home, so he made it to third. And that was controversial because, I mean, if the Mets just threw it to third, he'd be out. But because he was going to third no matter what, the ruling is a triple.
Well, I would say that if there was no one on base, he wouldn't have got a triple.
I think Harper isn't slowing down. He's not waiting to see where the throw is going. He's just going home or going to third. And by the book, that's a triple. But I think it's a stupid-looking triple. If you could...
A triple's a triple.
You look how close he is to second base on this throw. I get why people were kind of upset that this was ruled a triple. And because this is played in Philadelphia, this could seem like, the home scorer just wanting to give Harper a triple. But
he would have been out by 30 feet.
That man is not...
Speaking of that, do you see Juan Soto's base running yesterday?
That was brutal. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, Juan Soto tries to pull up Bryce Harper. You're not Bryce, man. And he gets also a funny clip of him getting tortured in the outfield by the Phillies fans.
So he just hits this single, Soto does, to center field.
Thinks he catches my man slipping. Is that Crawford?
No, I don't even know who that is.
He looked like he was going fast, though, didn't he?
No, I mean...
He looks like a slow person who's trying to go fast.
This is an edited clip, bro. He fucking slowed down and hesitates. Yeah.
No, I mean, that moment, like, he's like, ugh.
I'm digging. Well, to be fair to Juan Soto, it is a one-man army right now for the Mets. He is the one player on the Mets worth a shit. Everyone else is a piece of shit. Sorry. But, I just got to be honest with you guys. The Mets aren't looking that great. But Juan Soto having a great year still. 2.4 WAR. I think he had 2 bombs in one game earlier. Leads the National League in OPS. Sorry. And no one else on the team is good at hitting, so he's going to have to stretch some doubles out sometimes. It is what it is. So the Phillies, they're back. They also had to face the Marlins earlier in the week, which was a great series for the Phillies. So they went in a series against the Marlins. The Marlins had come into that series hottest team in baseball. The Marlins had won 10 of their last 12 games. Their starters during that span had a 2.25 ERA. Best pitching staff in baseball coming into the series. Led the league in K per 9, ERA, FIP, and WAR. That is during that 12-game stretch, I believe. Then they faced the Phillies. Their starters had a 6.97 ERA, gave up 18 runs in 20 2/3 innings, got embarrassed, gave up 5 home runs and 10 walks. Tyler Phillips, who came in hot as a new starter for the Marlins, famous for punching himself in the face, allowed 8 runs in 4 innings. He had allowed 12 runs, 10 earned all season coming into this game. Ended up winning game 3. Sorry, wrong. I skipped the line. So he allowed 12 runs all season and gave up 8 runs in this game. He had allowed 10 earned runs all season and allowed 8 runs in just 4 innings against the Phillies and threw a ball at Alec Boehm in a rage situation. That's what the Phillies do. They will frustrate you. They do end up winning game 3. They sweep the Giants after that. So even though they did lose 2 out of 3 against the Phillies, the Marlins stay hot. They have the best record of baseball since June 1st. They are now tied with the Nationals in 3rd place. who the Nationals still have one of the best offense in baseball. I don't know where they rank right
They
now.
still are first in runs scored. They have scored 11 more runs than anyone else in the major leagues.
First in runs for the Nationals, and most of that has to do with two guys, James Wood and CJ Abrams, who are 4th and 5th in the league in offensive WAR right now. James Wood, this is an insane fucking stat. You want to hear an insane stat? James Wood has played in 3 seasons, 313 games, and has faced the same amount of pitchers, has faced more pitchers than Ted Williams, who's played in 19 seasons, 2,292 games. So nearly 2,000 less games played and has faced more pitchers than Ted Williams. Boy, has the game changed.
I mean, when Ted Williams was playing, he was playing the same 5 teams over and over and over again.
Yeah, there's a lot more teams, there's a lot more travel, there's a lot less international conflicts you have to get into planes and fight.
It is kind of just insane that Ted Williams casually missed like 5 years of his baseball career because he was at war.
Yeah. To free South Korea from North Korea. Did you say thank you?
Did I personally say thank you to Ted Williams,
Yeah.
who died when I was 5 years old?
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to.
Damn. You probably bugged
That's
you, right?
probably why he died.
Broken
just-
heart.
None of the Koreans out there appreciated his work. But I mean, he missed most of his career. Like the bulk of his service time was during World War II.
However, and I know the lore behind that, Ted Williams went to World War II, I believe, and didn't really do shit in World War II, and then said, I'm going back, bro. I got to get some. And then went to Korea and was like, I'm going in the plane doing bombing missions and was like really getting after it in Korea. Like could have died like bad. Like legitimately was like, bro, you're Ted Williams. You don't have to do this. You're famous. And he's like, nah, I'm trying to get some, bro. I'm trying to get some. And he got some. You know what? And guess what? It is what it is. Missed 2 good years, but he made up for it by being an American hero. And thank you for our service members. But he's not in Arlington National Cemetery. I checked. He's frozen in a lab.
Yeah, you have a video on that.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
They froze his head in a lab so they could potentially reincarnate him in the future when the technology gets there.
Why him?
Because his he paid
No,
for it.
don't tell him. Jack, there's a video why Ted Williams is frozen in a lab. You should watch it
Yeah, let's just watch this whole thing.
right now. May as well.
I
15
kind of refusing to believe this is real. This is a BDE video also. I don't know.
Wow.
Are you questioning?
Are we trusting that source?
bro.
Are you questioning Joey?
Were the source?
Wow, dude. You never heard of what's it called? Cryptology? I forgot what it's called.
Isn't it like
Cryo sleep?
It's not cryotherapy, but it's cryo. I don't know. It's something, but it's just, like when you died,
Cryonics.
they
Like Disney.
They freeze your body just on the off chance that in the future, once technology advances, they'll be able to unfreeze you and you come back to life. It's like a 1 in a million shot, but why not?
Well, I don't know if. Yeah. Maybe, Mitch, I don't know if you guys are going to get along.
Me and Ted.
You and Ted?
I just don't know what's going to happen when he sees you, you know?
When he comes back,
The first thing he sees.
that's an enemy. That's a target.
But didn't also his cryonics get butchered or something?
Yeah, there was some stuff where there was some rumors that the head wasn't being taken care of right way and that it was just kind of in the back.
This is like really jarring to me, to be honest. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Well, cryonics.
After we're done with this homework for you.
Okay.
They basically freeze your entire body or just your head. You can do one or the other. Some people, he just chose head only because it's a lot more to get your whole body frozen. And then they put it in a fucking capsule and put it in a lab, in a bunker somewhere. So it'll just stay there for eternity.
Right, they just lobbed his head off after he died.
You know what I'm saying? But I guess there's some controversy because what if the power goes out and then it gets hot and they unfreeze? But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if Ted comes back any day now. We'll never know. Going back to the Nationals, they were in a playoff spot briefly, but are not in a playoff spot. It does always blow my mind how the Nationals stay with the best offense in baseball when really it's 2 guys who are doing most of it. Now, they do manufacture a lot of runs with their base running.
Yeah, Nasim Nunez is what people think Chandler Simpson is. Nasim Nunez is batting .236. He has a .282 slugging percentage. And he had a really good week. He actually had the second best week offensively in baseball this week. He has a 74 WRC plus, like a 70 OPS plus. And he's stolen 28 bases. So anytime he's on base, which is 32% of the time, he's stealing. And he's a decent defensive player, but like overall his offensive numbers don't look great. James Wood has 13 stolen bases. Abrams has 12 stolen bases. I think Curtis Mead, not a stolen base guy, but he's had a really quietly good season.
Yeah, he's been their third best hitter.
121 WRC plus. I don't have the OPS plus in front of me, but
like, you'd expect the team to be first in runs to have like 4 or 5 guys with like a great OPS. The Nationals really got like 2.5. But it's working out. They're an exciting young team. I saw them beat the Royals last week, dude.
You went?
I went. It was insane. They beat the Royals. I forgot how or why, but they were winning, and then they were tied, and then they were winning again because someone hit a home run, and then someone.
The thing is, I think for me too, when we watch the Nationals, it's like we're not overly invested in what actually happened.
You're just there to experience baseball.
There for baseball.
But it was a really good game, and I'm rooting for the Nationals.
James Woods feels like one of those athletes who could have played any sport.
Well, he's 6'6".
That's what I'm saying. But he's agile too. Like with the game we went to, diving play, big boy. He dove like 8 feet, made the catch, made the play.
You gotta tip your cap. Tip your cap to the Nationals. So Jared Jones, so the Nationals, the Nationals. Half game back of a wild card spot. They had won when they won that game against the Royals. They were in a playoff spot, and they lost 2 out of 3 against Jack Rays. And now they're out of the playoff spot. It's all right. Let's move on to the Pirates. The Jared Jones missed an entire season with Tommy John. Right, came back, returned to Mays, made 4 starts, and on Saturday got hurt again. Fucking hitting the fucking arm with the comebacker, screams fuck, screams again, rages in the dugout, gets taken out of the game. So let's watch this in person, because this freak out was like, dude, this guy's career is over.
Off of Jones, deflects to Gonzalez.
Oh, they got the out.
Got the out off the fucking elbow.
Got him in the back.
Ricochet shot. He's still not happy.
Did the runner hesitate when he hit him?
He had to say, my bad.
Yeah, how the fuck did they get him out? Can you play it again?
He's in some pain.
He's right.
427-foot blast.
Yeah, he hesitate. You can't hesitate when you hit the pitcher. I'm sorry. You got to just go. Get on first base and
you got to be
come
like
back.
Brandon Nimmo.
He was going to be out either way, dude.
Nimmo reacted, but he was still sprinting.
Listen to that scream, though.
Right arm. Thank goodness, and not the right arm.
Not the voice I expected to come from.
That's what you'd expect out of Jazz Chisholm when he got hit in the balls. You got some balls on your elbow?
I don't think Chisholm was making any sounds.
And so, yeah, he gets taken out of the game, turns out, but he's going to be all right. Quote, if it would have happened any lower, the bone probably would have been shattered. So the initial images are negative. Looks like Jones is going to be okay, but the Pirates don't look that okay, because Pirates, when Paul Skeens starts, suck. They have lost 7 games in a row when Paul Skeens starts. He's got a 4.03 ERA in those starts. And here's some telling stats. If you're wondering, is Paul Skeens washed? Is he being bad? Or is this unlucky? Or is this the Pirates' fault? This is from North Shore 9. Paul Skeens, from last year to this year, his K percentage has actually gone up slightly. His walk percentage has gone down slightly. His opponent's average has gone down slightly. His whip has gone down slightly. His hard hit percentage has gone down. His barrel percentage has stayed the same. His ground ball percentage has stayed the same. His expected ERA has gone down slightly, yet he is 0-7 in his last 7 starts and has a 4.03 ERA. This would tell you that it's kind of a defensive problem for the Pirates, and it might be. This is like the first time all year that the Central is not playing good. The Central had a tough week. Pirates lost a series to the Rockies. Brewers lost to the Braves. The Cardinals lost a series to the Royals. The Reds, under 500. Cubs are actually doing all right. The Cubs, they got PCA, who had a fucking batshit crazy week. Pete Crow Armstrong, as he normally does. He hit for the cycle on Monday. then immediately gets picked off at first base. That is the most PCA shit of all time. He does the sickest shit of all time and then follows it up with something insanely embarrassing, which he does, but then he follows that up with another beast thing, hits a home run. He currently leads all position players in WAR. In June, he's first in average, has the most home runs, has the highest slugging percentage, highest OPS, second highest on-base percentage. Pico Armstrong, since he told a bitch to suck his dick, is batting .316 with a 179 WRC plus 7 home runs, 17 runs, and a 4.7 WAR. He would be on pace for 7.7 WAR since then. Pretty good for Pacific Coast Armstrong. That's his new name. Pacific Coast Armstrong.
And I guess it works for him because he's from LA.
He's from the Pacific, baby.
Real quick, how long is Skeens under contract with the Pirates?
This is his 3rd season, so 3 more after this. Because
Doesn't
he won Rookie of the
2029?
He won Rookie of the Year in 2024, and MLB changed the rules that said if you win Rookie of the Year, you get a full year of service time. If he didn't win Rookie of the Year that year, he would have an extra year. But now he's a free agent in 3 instead of 4.
Yep. You looking to make a trade or something? You trying to sign him to a deal?
I don't know. I'm just thinking it's like it's a shame when you have like a star who's on a team where they're pulling a lot of weight. They're not necessarily making things happen. Like it's
yeah,
kind of
but
I mean, this winter could change a lot of stuff, though, too.
yeah.
There is going to be a big labor.
What is that going to change with Skeens?
It could make him a free agent earlier.
True, could be. We'll see. Well, let's not sleep on the Pirates too hard. They are 500. 1.5 games back of a playoff spot. So, I mean, this time last year we were saying it's time to trade. The Pirates are still in it. Let's not fall asleep on them. You can't fall asleep on any team in this division. The Cubbies, they beat the Rockies. They split a series against the Blue Jays, a little better. It really is PCA squad. You got anything else on the Cubs other than PCA being a PC A+ hitter?
I mean, I have
defender?
one more thing on the Pirates. Brian Reynolds has been one of the best hitters in baseball this year.
That's my twin.
Legit? Same birthday?
They say look like him. Some
Oh.
people.
I thought you guys would like these.
Pull him up. Let's see.
People also think you look like that one actor. What's his face?
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that guy.
This is an interesting one. It's just the facial hair. He doesn't really look white to me.
He doesn't look white to you?
No, is he white? He's mixed with something.
I think he's white, dude. I think Brian Reynolds is
I think
white.
this guy's just.
I mean,
white.
the name is hella white.
What do you think he's mixed with if you had to guess?
It looks like his maybe his mom is El Salvadorian or something.
Ooh.
That's my guess.
Salvadorian woman naming her child Brian Patrick.
I mean, maybe the dad was white.
Sometimes the dads are white.
They're probably both white, but you do kind of have an El Salvadorian mustache.
I got a white dad. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you as well.
Happy Father's Day to your dad as well, Mitchell and Jack.
And Aiden, who's not here.
Yeah,
BDE team.
I think Joey's Aiden's dad.
that's he wished.
He's gonna text me for sure.
He
Like,
wished.
what the fuck did you say?
All right, y'all. Wait. So, what did we say about the Pirates? Oh, that Brian Reynolds is like goated with the sauce.
He has a 143 OPS plus this year, 3 WAR. This month too. Has 1,000 OPS over 1,000. Has hit 5 home runs. Kind of being slept on, I think.
Well, it doesn't help that they got Chandler Simpson. Sorry, not on their team. It doesn't help that they got O'Neal Cruz and fuck, dude. Why am I forgetting the Rookie of the Year's name, bro?
Are you thinking of Connor Griffin?
Connor Griffin on the IL. Not the best with names, but Connor Griffin. I thought that was going to be a short stint, bro. It's been like a month.
Yeah. He hasn't played in 20 days.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I thought they were like, oh, it's just going to be a week.
I hate it. We got to ban injuries, dude. I've said it once. I've said it 1,000 times. And the Brew Crew stay on top. They went 2 out of 3 against the Guardians. They lose 2 out of 3 against the Braves. They go 3-3, and that's good enough to keep your ass in first place. Jackson Chourio, Jackson Chourio, for the first time in his career, faced a guy who was younger than him. Didier Fuentes on Saturday. He had gone 1,382 plate appearances, 3 seasons, including a postseason, and had never faced one guy younger than him. He finally did it. Damn, you're unk now, Chourio. That's embarrassing. Washed up. On Wednesday, he goes deep for the 6th time in 7 games. So Jackson Chourio is back to being a star like he was his rookie year. Let's pull up the stats. Do we think he can win MVP?
No.
Damn. Wow.
Wow.
Curtain has fallen. But he's got a 145 OPS plus. That's good enough to have a 1.8 WAR in just 41 games for Jackson Chourio. And I want to say his return really is what spurred the Brewers. So he returned on May 4th, instantly hit 2 doubles. And since then, the Brewers have been on fire. May 5th.
He's 3rd on the Brewers in home runs this year.
May 6th.
And he's played 30 fewer games than a bunch of these guys.
So since May 6th, since the day that Chourio came back, the Brewers, this is going to blow his mind, 28-13, best record in baseball since Chourio came back. Before he came back, let's not forget, this wasn't even a first-place team, boys. This was a last-place team before Jackson Chourio returned from injury. Since then, they have the best record in baseball, 28-13, and are in first place, bruh. So I know Mizorowski gets most of the credit for them because he's the big star, but you got to give credit where credit's due. It is Jackson Chourio's team when it comes to the offense. He is their best offensive weapon. It's not just him, though. They got other guys. Bryce Terang and fucking Yelly.
Andrew Vaughn.
Vaughn. Jake Bowers even. Jake Bowers. William Contreras. All around good team. Let's give him a hand. Another insane stat, all right? 101 mile per hour pitches thrown by MLB starters this year. Grant Taylor has 1. Jose Soriano has 1. Yuri Perez has 1. Shohei Ohtani has 1. Jared Jones has 2. Bubba Chandler has 4. Cam Schlittler has thrown 5 pitches over 101 miles per hour. Jacob Mizorowski has thrown 332. So he has 3. What's 332 divided by 5?
66.4.
66 times more pitches thrown 101 miles per hour or more than the second best. Mizorowski, he is on another level. He's doing some Forrest Gump type shit. Can't beat the Braves, though.
What's the fastest pitch on record right now?
Well, I think
Trevor Bauer, wasn't it?
Pitch tracking error is 105.9 by Aroldis Chapman. But there are people who will argue online, a bunch of people who are like millennials or older, like older millennials, who are like, oh, the radar guns used to not read right. The fastest pitch is like 120 miles an hour thrown by like Nolan Ryan or something. It's like a whole like anytime it's
mentioned. The guy from The Rookie? Who's Nolan Ryan again?
Yeah, the guy from The Rookie.
Is it or not?
Yeah, the guy who was playing high school coach, and then he turned 40, and then he was like, my arm feeling better, and he starts throwing to the high school team. He's throwing gas, and then they call him up.
Who is that?
Nolan Ryan.
Oh, it is. I was right?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were lying to me, and I was just going to get ate up in the comments.
No,
you're going to get ate up in the comments.
Why are you doing this to me then?
Rookie or Rookie of the Year?
My question is, why do I know the name Nolan Ryan?
Because he
it's one of the best athletes in American sports history. That's why.
Dude pitched 27 years. His arm never fell off. He probably has had the strongest UCL in the history of the human race. And he threw really hard and has the strikeout record. Most strikeouts in MLB history. I think
the Rookie.
I think
y'all are lucky I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going to leave that in. It's good for engagement.
So you probably have heard about Nolan Ryan because it's a name that just comes up a lot.
You ever see the picture of the pitcher beating up the guy in the headlock, and he's punching him?
I think I have, yeah.
It's he's a famous guy.
Oh yeah, he was doing this at 45. You might have seen this one.
Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out. Look at this.
Pretty embarrassing rush from the batter.
Yeah.
Just runs right into a
The
headlock.
guy was like 17 years younger than him at the time.
He got his ass beat, and no one has ever forgotten. I mean, that is what he's known for. Mr. Ventura. What's his first name? Why am I blanking?
Robin
Ventura. He is well known for being good in college and getting his ass beat by Nolan Ryan, mostly for getting his ass beat by Nolan Ryan. But that is a great example of being known for one thing and one thing only, and it's an embarrassing thing. Now, he's accomplished other things in his life.
He was the manager for a while.
That's right. But it's a little bit of a Bill Buckner situation where just one small mistake.
This man played like 16 years in the major leagues, was a manager for 5 seasons, and he's known for getting his ass beat by a guy who was 45.
No, you don't want to get your ass beat by an old man, especially when it's Nolan Ryan, the guy from the movie The Rookie. That's going to be remembered. So, speaking of Nolan Ryan, Dustin May is the new Nolan Ryan. Almost do a no-hitter. Second time in his last 3 weeks, he took a no-hitter into the 7th. His last 4 starts dating back to May 27th. Allowed 5 runs, 4 of them earned. 27 2/3. That's a 1.30 ERA with 33 Ks and 4 walks. He threw his first complete game in his career. It's a 1-hit shutout. Prior to this game, he had never completed more than 7 innings. Not just in his major league career, in his professional career. He had never made it out of the 7th. He throws a complete game 1-hitter against the Padres. Wow.
Kind of blows my mind you can get that far into your major league career as a pitcher and not know what the feeling of dapping up your catcher after a win feels like.
Well, complete games are rare right now. Or rare right now. Rare right now. Do we have evidence that he actually dapped up his catcher? Because he might still be waiting for that moment.
You think he got to the end of a complete game and went, I don't know what to do at this point.
Maybe they did a knuckle touch, or they have a secret handshake or something.
Let's see. What's he gonna do?
Oh, that's a good dap. Yeah, he took advantage of that. Dustin May almost died eating a salad. 2 years later, he's throwing complete game shutouts. So, I tell you what, man, this Cardinals team, we say it every week. We're waiting for them to fall off. At this point, we're expecting them not to fall off. If Dustin May is actually a legit pitcher, I mean, listen, Dustin May had some of the most electric shit of all time. I don't know what he's throwing now, but when he came up, he was throwing fucking 109. Shit was moving and shaking. He's like 7'6". He's all arms and leg, gooey, just like Mizorowski. He's got a Mizorowski build. If he could be an ace like he has been since May 27th, that is another.
He did follow up this start by going 2 innings and allowing six runs
against the worst offense in baseball with the Kansas City Royals. So, you know what? You can't win them all.
But you know what's funny? That was the one game they won against the Royals. So
let's go. Something was in the air that day. So 22 runs scored in that game. Wind was blowing out. Ball was juiced.
The Royals and the Cardinals had an off day on Saturday. They probably didn't know what to do. The offense.
They were probably hungover, bro.
You think they went to the game? The World Cup game?
Oh, yeah. In Kansas City, who was playing?
I have no idea. It wasn't Scotland, though.
They probably went to the bars, bro. Lars Nootbaar probably got a table at the Kansas City bar that all the babes go to. He said, "Come on, Mason Wynn, let's do a keg stand."
The Royals and Cardinals missed the game on Saturday because Ecuador and Curacao were playing.
Curacao, baseball country, smallest country in the World Cup, I believe. Yeah, when someone told me that Curacao was in the World Cup, I said, "Wait, hold up."
The baseball country?
Hold up, the Netherlands have 2 teams? Tell me how the Netherlands have Netherlands in the World Cup and Curacao in the World Cup, yet when they play World Baseball Classic, it's just Netherlands. Make it make sense, y'all. No, make it make sense, y'all. Makes you freaking think, dude. FIFA is corrupt. Moving on. Anything else on the Cardinals?
Nah,
bro.
Well, actually, we'll get some shit in the comments if we don't say that JJ Weatherhold has been the best rookie in the National League. And he had 2 homers on Sunday.
2
homers on Sunday. He had 400 for the week.
If he would have hit 1 on Sunday, I would have said that was a good game. 2?
I mean, if you hit a home run in a game, good game. 2.
2 home runs. for Mr. Weatherholt. And you're telling me he's Rookie of the Year?
I think he's starting to look like a Rookie of the Year.
All right.
He has
not
actually the most WAR out of any rookie in baseball. 0.2 more WAR than Kevin McGonigal.
What about Murakami?
He has 1.4 WAR more than Murakami.
Damn, not even close.
Actually, Weatherholt and McGonigal have over one WAR more than anyone else in baseball who is a rookie. They're just running away with the Rookie of the Year.
Well, not if Blaze Jordan has anything to say about it. He just came up. Just wait. Just wait for Blaze. And then the Reds, who actually had a great week, or a good week, a great week. I mean, they played New York, and they handled business. 2 out of 3 against both New York teams. The Mets, that's not impressive, but the Yankees, it's very impressive. Eugenio Suarez is heating up. He had 2 home runs and 2 innings. You don't see that every day. Hunter Green is on a rehab assignment. That is a good sign because I think that has been the issue with the Reds. They counted on having an elite pitching staff, and they have not. So checking back in on the Reds pitching staff, my favorite stat to look at, the Reds pitching staff is ranked 17th in starting pitching ERA. Could be worse.
But a lot of that is Chase Burns has been excellent. He lowered his ERA. I had to do the math because he went 5 innings and allowed 1 run. Going into the game, he had a 2.01 ERA. He lowered his ERA to 2.
2 ERA for Chase Burns.
He is getting to the point where when he pitches and he allows a run, you've got to be like, does that raise or lower his ERA because it's so low?
He's getting down low there. He's going in Ohtani territory. 2.0 ERA, 4.2 WAR so far in 15 starts for Mr. Chase Burns. Yeah, I mean Abbott's doing a little better, right? I mean Abbott's kind of.
I mean, they did that biometric scan on Abbott, and I think since then, let's look. They did that when he was facing the Cubs, I believe. So April 30th, he allowed 2 runs, and since April 30th, 2.41 ERA. So whatever scan they did on him seemed to work.
They got to give that to Zach Gallen. Brady Singer, though, and Lauder and Nadolo, not doing great. Not doing great. They need to get better. And they got Ellie De La Cruz on the IL. They need him back ASAP because without him, this offense is lackluster. Get Brian Hayes on the IL. And it is what it is. They still last in the division, but not too far out of a wild card spot. 2.5. It's 2 games under 500 for the Cincinnati Rojas. And last but not least, the AL Central. They don't have a single team with a positive run differential, the AL Central. The White Sox, they lost Murakami to injury. They fall out of first place this week. Terrible week for the White Sox. The Guardians went into first place this week, but they lose their best player, Jose Ramirez, to injury. Justin Verlander is supposed to return to the Tigers on Sunday. He gets injured before he can return. He goes back on the IL. The Royals have the 3rd worst record in MLB, and it gets worse because they lose their best player, Bobby Witt Jr. He gets injured, isn't on the IL yet, but has not played yet. That's concerning. So the only star not injured in that division is Byron Buxton, who famously is never not injured. Byron Buxton has missed at least 60 games in 6 of his last 7 seasons, but this year he's played all year, has a 925 OPS. The last 2 weeks, he has 7 home runs in 14 games, 13 RBIs, is batting .365 with a 1,200 OPS. When asked about a trade, because everyone's like, dude, this guy's the best hitter in the league. The Twins suck. They're going to trade him. He says, quote, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, no one's in my shoes. No one can say anything what I'm going to do. I ain't said nothing about leaving, nor will I. I'm a Twin.
This guy has a no trade clause, and he's always brought up in trade conversations. A lot of Braves fans think, oh, he'll want to go to Atlanta because he's from Georgia.
Come home, man.
This man wants to be in Minnesota. I think he's made it clear over and over and over again. This man, for whatever reason, he loves Minneapolis or St. Paul. I don't know which city he lives in.
He loves Minnesota, bro. There's lots of love. There's lakes. There's snow in the winter. And you know what?
I mean, he's never there in the winter.
Prove it.
True.
Where does he live in the winter?
I think he does live in Georgia during the winter.
Do you know that for a fact?
No, I don't.
Are you just like a brave sicko? You know, got his dossier and everything?
I have no allegiances to the state of Georgia.
Let's dox this guy.
Or the country of Georgia.
Okay.
But no, I think he lives in Georgia.
That's good to know.
He owns a coffee franchise in Georgia.
And he doesn't want to come home to Georgia?
No, man, he loves Minnesota.
Well, maybe they won't trade him, bro, or won't even think about trading him. Maybe they'll make the playoffs. They go 5-1 this week. Best record in MLB this week. Despite having a negative 18 run differential, the Minnesota Twins are 1 game back of a wild card spot and have a 31.8% chance to make the playoffs. They have better playoff odds than the White Sox right now. The Tigers even have better odds than the White Sox, which is crazy. The White Sox have a terrible week. They lose 2 out of 3 to the Yankees, then lose swept by the Tigers. So they go from first to second. The Tigers have surpassed them in playoff odds. The only good thing that the White Sox had this week was Colson Montgomery. What is that stat? Colson Montgomery.
I mean, which one?
I think he hit like back-to-back home runs, and then like since coming up, he's hit like fucking.
So he's the 7th player in MLB history with 40 home runs in their first 140 games, but he also has the 3rd most homers since debuting in all of Major League Baseball right now.
So he's on pace to be the 3rd best home run hitter in baseball history.
No, like he has, among all like MLB players since the day he debuted,
he's on pace
the 3rd most homers.
To be the best player ever.
And he's a shortstop, which is kind of crazy.
Only player in history to hit 20 home runs within his first 275 at-bats in each of his first 2 MLB seasons. Good stuff, Colson. I really love what you're doing with the place. Unfortunately, the White Sox fall from grace, and now they are in 2nd place.
They had the biggest drop in playoff odds this week at 10%, which doesn't sound like a huge amount, but they never had high odds to begin with. So they're down to 20%.
Ooh. Yep. Could be worse. It could be the Royals, the Royals have the 3rd worst record in AL. Like I said, they lose Bobby Witt. But Caglione, you got to tip your cap to Caglione.
Since the beginning of June, he has turned into, I think, the 2nd best hitter in all of baseball. His OPS has gone from 685 to 829 in 18 games. He has 7 homers, a 1,210 OPS. I never know how to say these 1-dot OPSs, but he has a OPS over 1.2.
Respect it. Yeah, so the offense has woken up.
He's become a legitimately good hitter. At the same time, I think the Royals are not good in that span.
Well, they had scored 30 runs in 3 games against the Cardinals. That's good. Something must have been going on. World Cup must have changed the wind patterns. It must have been hot, but that was a crazy series.
Yeah. So since the beginning of June, the Royals are 9-9 since Caglione became Barry Bonds.
Well, you can't carry the whole squad. They also lose Bobby Witt during that span. That sucks. Also, Seth Lugos came back from getting 107 off the forehead. He pitched, gave up 1 earned run in 6 innings. So I'm happy because I was kind of concerned about that. Fortunately, the head can withstand a lot of baseball. Anything else in the AL and the NL and the AL Central before we move on to the AL West to cap it off? Did we talk about every team in this thing?
I think we kind of skipped around.
We missed the Tigers, bro.
We missed the Tigers. We didn't really talk about the Twins.
Do you have anything to say about the Twins?
It was weird. They went
you
5.
You got to take on Trevor Larnach.
I don't have a take on Trevor Larnach, but Joe Ryan's been a top 20 player in MLB this year. That kind of snuck up on me.
I don't blame him. He's got the same first name as me, so it doesn't surprise me. If you don't know, now you
I think I have a disconnect between Joey's and Joseph's.
Joseph's, man. We all come from Joseph. It's a biblical name. It comes from the Hebrew word Yosef. If you know the Old Testament. Jack wrote a verse on his hat today, just because it's June. That's nice you did that, Jack.
I think you need to beat the allegations.
What are you talking about?
If you're listening on the podcast, Jack Schwartz does have a Bible verse on his hat.
But if you're watching the podcast, he does not.
It's unrelated to anything. It's just because month of June he gets real religious for some reason.
I'm wearing a FSU hat.
Why are you wearing an FSU hat?
Because I'm from Florida.
But aren't they like way up north?
Yeah.
Dude, he's from Florida, bro. Don't even talk shit about him.
I don't know how Florida allegiances work.
Well, I'm from Tampa. It's not really like Tampa has a university, but it's not like a big football team like the Gators or the Seminoles.
But I didn't go to college. Jack didn't go to college.
Correct.
He turned it down, though.
Just a big Jameis Winston fan.
Didn't you get a scholarship? Didn't they offer you like 15, 10 million or something?
Yeah, they were like, please come on. They were like, we can't offer you a scholarship. We want you to walk on. Jameis says he really wants to play with you. He's going to walk if you don't play. And then I hit up Jameis and I was like, I gotta go half-ass a baseball podcast. I got priorities.
I thought you got a scholarship money. I thought it was in the millions. You decided to grind off the rap instead.
Yeah.
That's good. And the more you know. He's just been grinding off the rap ever since. God respect it. But yeah, the Tigers, bro. That's your squad, Mitchell. Come on. Tell me something about the Tigers.
So Colt Keith on Monday, he had 1 homer for the entire season, came into that game. Then he hit 3 homers in the single game. Did you see Tarek Skubal got in a altercation with Mike Facile?
Well, he was waving the wand around, bro.
I'm like, what? I didn't even know who. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. He's been on the IL all year, Facile. And then Skubal strikes out a guy, and Facile is in the dugout, like barking at Skubal. I don't even know.
Well, you can't sleep on him. He's the guy who does the wand.
I haven't seen this wand shit. I've read it. I haven't seen it. So
bro,
we'll watch it together.
That's almost worse than Jack not knowing that Shohei is the only guy to hit and pitch, that you haven't seen the wand yet.
This is literally my first time seeing the wand.
That's crazy.
Mitch just said shit, and I swear to God, I'm like, have I ever heard you curse?
You run the transcript back. I've said shit a few times in this episode.
I mean, I know that was that one time you said fucko.
Watch out, bucko. He was quoting someone. Come on.
No, I've said shit a few times this episode.
He counts it. He has to put $1 in his swear jar when he gets home.
When I get home, it's like in the millions.
Okay, so the Tigers,
they win. They boo their own player. Then they win.
Who'd they boo?
Jahmai Jones.
Oh,
who
yeah.
has been bad this year. He comes up.
Another Korean player.
Yeah.
Embarrassing the country.
He's been really bad. 28 OPS plus. He gets booed in Detroit. Then he hits an infield single that basically helps them win because they tied the game in the 9th.
I didn't see the single. I just saw his interview where he's like,
I've never been booed before. And he looks so happy about it.
But then he goes, if I had a different mindset, I wouldn't be able to do what I did in my last at bat. But it sounds like he just hit like a shit lucky single.
Yeah, it was an infield single.
Hit's a freaking hit, man. Jahmai, who was fire the last 2 years. He was like, last year his stats were insane. We slept on him. And
now he's been really bad.
Something happened to the Korean players. I guess Jung Ho Lee is a beast, but we had two instances of Korean players, and Tommy Edmonds been hurt all year. So maybe there's a curse going around. Wouldn't want to see that. Would not want to see that. So anything else before we move on to the West, out West, Pacific Northwest to be exact.
Let's move out West.
The Seattle Mariners stay in first place, and the piggybacking is back. Okay, so now the piggybacking, which came a couple weeks ago, which was hated by the players, has now returned to Seattle because of injuries, correct?
They want to... what's the word? They're trying to limit their pitchers' innings.
They're trying to limit their pitchers' innings because why?
They have 6 starters.
Uh-huh.
They don't know what to do with 6 starters, but then they want to make sure their pitchers are healthy and not overthrowing before or like too early in the season.
So they want to prevent injuries, and they have a lack of injuries because they have 6 starters. So a couple weeks ago, they had 6 starters. They didn't want to put anyone on the IL. They didn't want to put anyone in the minor leagues. They didn't want to put anyone in the bullpen. So they started a piggybacking method where the first pitcher comes in, he throws 5 innings or 4 innings, and then the next pitcher comes in, but instead of a reliever, it's a starting pitcher, and he pitches the rest of the game no matter what, right? So the bullpen does not pitch in this game. It is just 2 starters back to back, and it was Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller. Luis Castillo got taken out of the game and had a bad reaction, did not fuck with it at all, was pissed he was being taken out of the game. He's been around for like 10 years. He's been a Mariner for 10 years. He feels like he needs more respect. Doesn't want to be used as a bullpen pitcher or being taken out of the 4th inning when he's pitching a gem. Bryce Miller said something similar, saying that, this, I'll do it if they want me to, but it's inconvenient. I don't really like it. So they get rid of it. They go insane, right? During that stretch, they went like undefeated, and then they had like an ERA under 1 or under 2, I believe.
Yeah, both pitchers did really well under the piggyback. I mean, Bryce Miller this season has a 1.58 ERA. Luis Castillo has a 5.22 ERA, but during the piggybacking experiment, I want to say he only allowed a single run.
Cool. So, but they get rid of it because I believe the players didn't like it. They just moved to a 6-man rotation. Now they're bringing it back, and apparently the starters all agreed to it, so they had to get the starters to sign off on it. They say they will do it until the All-Star break, but instead of just 2 pitchers, it's going to be all the pitchers, right? So they're going to be cycling through everyone. It's going to get piggybacking every once in a while.
It's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 pitchers. They haven't said what the plan is beyond the Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo thing that happened this weekend, but they're going to be cycling through 3 or 4 of their starters until the All-Star break, and it's because of days off. They didn't want their pitchers to get cold.
Okay, so let's see what happens. So there's going to be 4 piggyback games in the next 4 weeks, and we will follow those. So about once a week, there will be a piggyback game in Seattle, and we'll see. So I guess the is it Hollander? Is that the GM, the president, and a coach or something?
Justin Hollander is the general manager of the Mariners. I don't get how... Recently, when we were growing up, the general manager made all the moves. But now there's like the president of baseball operations who does the moves that we grew up thinking the GM did. And then the GM, I don't really know what they do. But Justin Hollander is the general manager of the Mariners. He's not the one making the trades. That's Dipoto. But Hollander apparently has a say in how their pitching schedule.
And he said it's my fault. I didn't communicate the plan because the pitchers did a fucking mutiny. They said, fuck you guys. We don't want to do this shit. They said, come on.
And then they presented it again and all the pitchers went, okay.
Well, they need it, dude. They've been battling injuries too. Randy Rosarena's on the IL. Cal Raleigh's missed most of the year on the IL. Now Julio Rodriguez gets hurt. But they stay in first place and they're going to be piggybacking. Anything else on the Mariners? Do you think they can do it? You think they have what it takes to piggyback their way to the World Series?
You know, Miller and Castillo, they have the piggybacking experience, but when you introduce 2 new pitchers to the experiment, you never know how they're going to do.
You never know. You got to have strong quads to get a man on your back. Imagine but all their pitchers are skinny, dude. Maybe that's on purpose.
Do you think George Kirby, though, is going to be a good piggybacker because he's so scrawny?
It's going to be tough to put.
Or is he going to be carried? Is he the guy on the back?
He's going to have to be carried, bro, because, I mean, I don't know if he's going to get a big-ass Logan Gilbert's fucking 6'6" ass on his back. Tell you what, man. Imagine putting a 6'6" Logan Gilbert on your back for 4 innings, dude. Unbelievable that the GM would even ask someone to.
I didn't realize how tall all of their pitchers are.
They got to type, man. You know, some people just got to type, and they keep going after the same type over
6'2" or taller.
Yeah.
Gilbert 6'6", Kirby 6'4".
And that is just a microcosm of the dating world these days, dude. If you're not 6'4" or over, you
can't piggyback on the Mariners.
No, you're getting no play, dude. You might as well be dead. Ever seen that? Play the Bagel Boss clip.
What?
People keep messaging me on dating apps. They said I'm too short because I'm not 6 foot. I'm only 5'1".
Women in general on dating apps.
She's like, what? That wasn't me. Just some random lady in a fucking bagel shop.
5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead. That's okay?
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up? Everywhere I go, I get the same.
This guy died, dude.
No, he didn't.
Swear to God, I think he's dead.
No, he didn't.
You're not God or my father or my boss.
He respects his boss, though. That's good. That's important. He respects God, his father, and his boss.
The Trinity.
the Trinity.
You shut up, too.
He had a stroke a year ago, according to Reddit. r/Long Island is on.
Do you think it has anything to do with the stress of running around New York City picking fights with people 3 times your size?
Yeah, a lot of cortisol spikes in that guy's life. But yeah, man, prayers up for the Bagel Boss. Did he die? We're going to get to the bottom of this, guys. I know he was scheduled to fight Lenny Dykstra in a celebrity boxing match at one point. Oh, he passed away in February 2024. Wow. Man. R.I.P. R.I.P. to the Bagel Boss.
Wait, I just looked at it, say Chris Morgan, the viral Bagel Boss guy known for his angry rants at a Long Island bagel shop, is not dead.
Okay, well.
Then who is this guy? In loving memory of Christopher A. Morgan, 2024. Does this not look like the same dude?
What the fuck? That is definitely the same dude. Yeah, that's the same dude. Maybe he is. I don't know. AI be some bullshit sometimes when you Google stuff.
Well, we might have to end the podcast a little early after we got that information. All right, whatever. Rest in peace to the Bagel Boss. If it's true. If it's not true, then sorry for reporting fake news, but it'll be what a relief if you're listening to this pod. You think the Bagel Boss is dead, and then you Google it and you figure out he's alive.
Bagel Boss is listening to the Podcast Doesn't Exist to get his weekly Yankees update, and he's going, wait, I'm not dead.
I would love to have him on if he's open. Astros have a good week. 4-2 for the Astros. They're not out of it, like I said earlier. Since May 15th, they ranked 9th in team ERA, which I didn't think was possible.
They were the worst pitching staff in baseball by a good amount. Like, even after having a good month plus of pitching, they're still 28th in ERA. But they're playing well. I think they could sneak into the playoffs with their pitching.
They're 5 games under 500. They are in 4th place right now, but they are just 2 games back. They have the best hitter in baseball right now, which is Yordan Alvarez, who gets no attention because he's been on the Astros, who have been a non-story so far this year. They haven't played great. But, I mean, if their pitching gets good, then, Mitchell, you might be onto something.
Spencer Arrighetti, he didn't even have a good start his last outing out. He has a 3.13 ERA. Peter Lambert has a 3.23 ERA. Tatsuya Imai struck out 11 batters against the Guardians the other day.
Oh, shit.
Maybe he's starting to fit in Texas a little more.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I feel like the Astros are one of those organizations where you kind of want to write them off because their core from 2017 to 2023 or whatever, 2024, they're pretty much gone.
I would not say that. They got Altuve, Alvarez, Pena, and they got, Correa, but he's out for the season.
Correa's out.
But, the core, they still have the core has changed. The
core has changed.
17 core, of course.
They don't have Bregman anymore. But Alvarez, yeah, we didn't even mention last week that he had 2 homers in the same inning.
Pretty good. Yeah, we haven't talked about him at all, and he's been the best hitter in baseball.
I think with Alvarez, he hasn't really had hot weeks. I think he's just every week's a hot week, but it's not like a PCA or a Jack Caglione who had bad stretches earlier in the year, and now they're just on fire. Alvarez has just been pretty I think he had 1 slow stretch in May, but his OPS is still. His OPS hasn't dropped under 1,000 since March 28th.
The first game of the season?
3rd game of the season.
So he leads the league in hits, lead the league in home runs, lead the league in slugging, lead the league in OPS, lead the league in OPS plus, lead the league in on base average, lead the league in RBAT plus, lead the league in total bases, and lead the league in potential bases on balls. 3.5 WAR for a DH, bruh. Shout out to the Astros. Yeah, listen, hold up. Wait a minute. That team could be a playoff team. Why? I feel like if I look at it, a lot of their struggles early on was that every single one of their pitchers got hurt at the same time. Who could come back? Maybe Christian Hott. I don't know. I don't know if any of these guys are coming back or not. And I don't know how much you're going to get out of these guys when they come back. But
Hunter Brown's back.
Oh, Hunter Brown is back.
He started against Framber Valdez the other day.
Well, that's a big guy to get back.
He had He has a three starts. He has a 1.10 ERA in his 3 starts. Josh Hader is back as well. He's been back for a couple of weeks now. I don't think we've really mentioned him.
No, because I had no idea he came back.
He's pitched 8 games, has a 1.13 ERA. So their starters are getting better. Their bullpen is getting better. They have the best hitter in baseball. I really think they're being... I know they're 5 games under 500, but this is the American League. Like, the Mariners are in first place in their division, and they're 1 game over 500.
Yeah. And Nick Allen's going to come back off the IL eventually. So, just wait.
Nick Allen, 1 home run.
Don't forget about Braden Shoemake. A couple Braves legends over there who are on the IL, but when they come back, holy moly. I do kind of have more faith in them than even like the Rangers, bro, who just...
The Rangers, man, they don't excite me. I think someone on our channel commented that we needed to be talking about the season that Jacob Latz is having.
All right.
Jacob Latz is a reliever. He has a 1.51 ERA, which is really good.
That's a good pull. He hasn't even brought up Jacob Latz yet.
And we apologize. We have not brought up Jacob Latz. We have not talked about Josh Young, who has a 140 OPS plus.
If you're not first, you're Latz.
We haven't talked about the Corey Seager fall off really. The guy made a great comment. I should have saved that comment so I could shout you out. But in general, like the Rangers, just, man, they're not exciting.
Mackenzie Gore's pitching better. He had 10 Ks on Monday and 6 innings pitched and 1 earned run on Sunday.
Yeah, they had this weird thing where Evaldi got a scratch late because of an injury.
Oh,
Gore started on Saturday, and then guess who started on Sunday?
Mackenzie Gore.
Evaldi.
Mackenzie
So
Gore.
the injury wasn't that bad.
Fake injury.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the Rangers, and they're not bad. Like, they're really not a bad team. I think that might be frustrating if you were a fan of the Rangers and you're not getting any attention. It's like, we're not a bad team. You're just not an exciting team.
They have a closer with a 1.51 ERA. You're telling me Jacob Latz isn't... They got the 2 Jacobs in the back end of the bullpen. Jacob on Jacob, the Jacob brothers. And you're not going to
And
mention
they've got
that?
Jacob deGrom. Do you think they ever go Jacob to Jacob to Jacob?
Jacob. The 3 Jakes. Holy shit, dude. Did we just crack something here?
And they have Jake Berger.
4 Jakes on one team. If they go Jacob to Jacob Junis to Jacob Latz, Jacob deGrom to Jacob Junis to Jacob Latz, I mean, that is a great... I mean, that is 3 pitchers with ERAs under 4. DeGrom, what happened? I thought DeGrom was way better than this. A 3.59 for DeGrom?
Well, he allowed 6 runs to the Padres. Which
Come on, DeGrom.
That's basically like allowing 10 runs to any other team.
The bomb.
Someone else, I wish I could remember who tweeted this. It's someone within, like, well-respected in the baseball community. But DeGrom's first inning ERA is bad.
Get him an opener. Get Jake. Okay, go Jacob. Hear me out. We go Jacob Latz to start the game. Then we go Jacob deGrom after that. And then we hit up Jacob Junis. Put the closer as the opener, the starter after that, and then the setup man for the closer. Jacob Berger, solo home run. We win 1-0. The Jake attack. All right, Rangers. Are they more exciting than the Angels?
Without Mike Trout, yeah, they're way more exciting.
Mike Trout is out for the foreseeable future. I don't know how long it's going to be, but he's on the IL. He played 74 of the first 75 games, so, he was healthy, and he did really good. Did you see the report that Reed Detmers was going to be more valuable than Tarek Skubal at the deadline?
I did. That sounds ridiculous, but Reed Detmers is not a free agent at the end of the year.
True.
He actually has, I think, 2 more years of team control. I think whoever wrote that.
I think it was fucking.
Is it Bowden?
No, it was the Boris guy. Why am I blanking? From the New York Post.
Nightingale?
Not Nightingale.
Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So I was like, this guy has to be a Boris client. And he wasn't.
Yeah, Detmers has had a really good season. He has a 3.93 ERA, but he has a 2.88 FIP. He's been striking out a bunch of batters. I don't think he's going to get more than Skubal, but He's been a good pitcher.
They have that other pitcher who's been insane for the Angels that no one knows about. Who is it? Walbert Arania, 22-year-old on the Angels, 2.41 ERA in 12 starts.
Oh yeah, he's like the second youngest pitcher in the league. He's the only person born within 500 days of Didier Fuentes, who's the youngest pitcher in the league. And someone else tweeted this too. I think it might have been Justin Havens, that since his like second career, I don't actually know what the stat was, but it was since a certain time frame, he's had one of the best ERAs in baseball.
And
193 ERA since May 1st.
The best ERA in the American League this year, minimum 60 innings, is Cam Schlittler. Number 2, Walbert Arania, 22-year-old. Hey, that could be a trade piece eventually for the Angels. A lot of exciting trade pieces going on in the Angels world. And then the Athletics, last but not least, the Athletics. Why are you splitting series, man, to the Angels, you fucking assholes? Kurtz homered twice on Monday. His OPS is up to over 1,000. He has 18 home runs on the season. Twitter user BWH noted that Kurtz has a 1,000 OPS for every single season listed on Baseball Reference. So, including his time at Wake Forest and Arizona Fall League. Jesus Christ. So he's just the best hitter no matter what.
So his OPS did fall under 1,000. It's like 995 right now. But I looked up as many people as I could, and no one had ever had an OPS over 1,000 at every single level.
That was like Jackson Holiday kind of shit. So
I think the A's player that we have kind of overlooked is Zach Geloff, who has a 24-game hitting streak.
Oh, yeah, he's returned.
Which is the longest hitting streak, tied for the longest hitting streak in baseball this year. And since the beginning of the month, I think he's been even better. So his OPS has gone from, since the hitting streak started, his OPS has gone from 707 to 838.
Ooh. Yeah, so like this is the point I'm making with the Nationals. How the Nationals have scored the most runs in baseball. They have like 2 or 3 players with an OPS over 100. The Athletics have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And okay, not all those guys are like everyday guys, but like I swear like the Athletics should have a better offense than they do when it's all said and done.
Especially where they're playing. They've been playing on the moon in both of the stadiums. They had this 2-week stretch where they didn't play an away game. They played in Las Vegas, and then they went back to Sacramento. That should be like 12 runs a game, you know?
Yeah, they're third in home runs, third in OPS, 10th in runs, which is not bad, but if you're third in OPS, you expect, I don't know, better. Third in home runs, third in OPS, 10th in runs, and their starting pitching is 29th, and their relievers are 28th. So yeah, the park factor in Sacramento is definitely a bigger factor than people realize. We did do a deep dive, but we haven't covered that yet. We will do that probably eventually, but yeah, it's pretty fucked. What a ride to be an Athletics fan, man.
I do wonder how
if there are any left.
Yeah. How many fans followed them to Sacramento? Can't be a lot.
Yeah. I wonder if MLB is actively doing anything to avoid that happening. Athletics in the playoffs would be a weird situation. But you know what? A fun young bunch of kids, man, doing their best. Second place right now. And maybe when it's all said and done, they will be in first place. But other than that, I think that's covering every squad that we intended to cover. Let's see if there's any exciting series coming up this week. Shohei is pitching against the Twins on Wednesday. That's exciting. The Braves are going to San Diego. Ha-Seong Kim, revenge game. Maybe he turns around in San Diego. We got a Battle of the Bay, if you still count Sacramento as being in the Bay.
Which they don't.
Okay, sorry. A Battle in the Bay is happening this weekend. The Washington Nationals are playing the Phillies how many times? 4 times?
Not just 3, no?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
4-game series.
4-game series, and then they go to Baltimore. Wow.
The Phillies play the Mets again? I hate this. I hate when they schedule games like this.
Yeah, and the Tigers are playing the Astros again, too. And the Red Sox are playing the big, bad Yankees. That's a rivalry matchup. Ooh, Milwaukee versus the Cubs. Is it rivalry weekend? Damn, Mizorowski's going against the Cubs on Friday. And then, hey, it is rivalry weekend. Padres versus Dodgers. Maybe the Padres do revenge. All right, y'all. Anything else? Do we want to...
We got a few questions. A Spotify question from a user named Dilly.
Dilly.
Joey, what have you been listening to recently, and who is your favorite artist group? Are you doing stand-up still?
Yes, sir. I do stand-up all the time, man. My favorite, what I've been listening to? Well, if I go on my YouTube right now, Agnes D.A., Samuel Bart, I've been listening to Tchaikovsky, Justin Bieber with Kanye West at this... at the Sunday Service Choir, Miley Cyrus backyard sessions, all that kind of shit. Alex G, Pretend. That is on my YouTube music right now. Is there anyone I'm forgetting? The Strokes, Ode to the Mets. Billy Strings, Dust in a Baggie. This is the type of shit that's on my YouTube. Oliver Tree, rest in peace. And this good shit. This is my favorite song right now. I wouldn't play it. I can play it. You guys can hear this. You can't get claimed for that, dude.
No, I guess not.
That's written by God himself. That's copyright free, baby.
I think this person also wants Jack to go to Columbus, but they didn't specify which Columbus. So Jack is going to Columbus.
Just like as a trip or like for stand-up?
For stand-up.
Where's the other Columbus?
Aren't there like 15?
What are we talking about? Ohio?
I think we're talking about Ohio.
There's one in Georgia for sure.
I feel like Columbus, when people say Columbus, they mean Columbus, Ohio. It's like if you say Portland, you mean Oregon.
But then you show up in Maine.
Yeah. I love Portland, Maine. Shout out to Portland, Maine, dude.
Okay, there are 16 Columbuses in the U.S. So Ohio,
I'll go to all of them. I'll just start checking them off
Georgia,
one by one.
Indiana, Mississippi, and Nebraska all have populations above 24,000. So you can go to any of those.
What else, Mitch? Anything else?
Were there any good YouTube? I'm on the Spotify, but someone's...
I'm on YouTube. Do you guys give him notes? They want to know if you know when to crank on the YouTube voice. And you kind of do. Yeah.
Well, we got to know. When I got to read off... When I have to read off anything, I just automatically go to that voice.
Because it's kind of like thought in advance, like which parts are going to be used for certain things. So
it doesn't have to be a podcast. If I'm reading out loud, if someone wants to... If I'm reading out my rights to someone I'm arresting, if I'm reading anything I'm reading, I just go straight up YouTube.
Also, people who think the Baseball Doesn't Exist channel is abandoned, it is not.
Right, you're just not looking. Like, what are you talking about? I've seen that a lot. Like, so you're not doing the other channel anymore? And it's like, what do you? How are you missing that?
But obviously, you're not looking, you dumb fucking bitch. There hasn't been a video in fucking 3 months.
But there is one coming at some point.
Jack is a fake fan, dude.
See, did you read that, or are you just saying that?
I'm saying that, bro.
When a team isn't listed, are they not spoken about? Sorry, but this is the second time I've noticed it about my Astros. When it comes to the Astros, they might not have been spoken about. In general, I do my best with the timestamps, but it's like a fucking 3-hour-long podcast, and things move around and editing and stuff. So just like fucking listen to the episode.
How about you just take what the fans say and then you do what they say. You don't give the fans shit.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah. That is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I take all criticism from the customers. Always.
I just find complaining about timestamps is like a little bit like, it's like I don't even have to put timestamps.
Well, I mean, I think people are coming. I'm not going to defend the people who are jumping you for not putting timestamps, but I think there are a lot of people who click into the podcast and they just want to hear their favorite team spoken about, which I think is a bad strategy because
there's nothing wrong with
we're not going to cover your team better than someone who's like in the weeds on like the Royals.
Yeah,
what we're going to do is we're going to give fans who don't cover certain teams an overview of what else is happening in baseball.
Yeah, listen to Mitchell. Go listen to a different podcast. Exactly what Mitchell's saying.
We are really good at giving everyone like an overview of like every team, but a lot of fans just want to hear their team spoken about.
What's wrong with that, dude?
I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong about that,
yeah,
but you're not going to get...
It's not really what this podcast is.
You're not going to get 40 minutes. Like, we're both Braves fans, and we're not going to spend 40 minutes talking about the Braves. Like,
maybe next episode.
Everyone thinks we're really high.
I know. I get that all the time. I'm not high.
I'm not high either.
I think we're just tired.
I mean, I do smoke a lot of weed, but I'm not
but
high
on the
when I
pod,
work.
you're not.
No,
high on the
we shoot
job.
this shit in the morning. I'm not starting my day like
we
that.
record this at like 10, 11 in the morning.
And you can't stay off the weed. I've never been inebriated during this podcast.
This was just a timestamp for the like last 10 seconds of the podcast, and it says it's worse.
I don't think they like your outro, which I
Worse
the
than
outro's-
what? The like
nice.
the picture, the like still image of the BDE logo, which was at the end. Why would anyone care? Like, I thought I was gonna be the only person who cared about that, but I'm glad you don't like it because then you're thinking about it, and I appreciate you keep track of that.
Yeah, he's triggered. You triggered. Jack's triggered.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten in the comments today.
For Project Baseball, we did hit. I don't know what your goal was. It 300 for last week was
Our
the goal?
goal?
For the goal within that week.
Oh,
I think
I
you
don't
said hit
know.
300, and we're at 360. So
Whew. Thank you, everybody.
just $640 more, and Joey is going to Colombia.
I don't even have a passport, brother. Psych, I do. I don't even know my Spanish yet. Hola, sí, señor. Project del Baseball. Yeah, so go ahead and if you want to, donate to get some kids, get some baseball gear, go ahead and do that. If you want to like and subscribe, go ahead and do that. If you want to Venmo Mitchell, Venmo me, and then I'll give him some. And then
You're the middleman.
it's all gonna have to go through me, y'all. And if there's not anything else, we could wrap this thing up, and we'll see y'all next week. Jack, tell them one thing you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for friendly comments. People who like the podcast.
And then the haters,
they can listen and hate all they want.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, as a comedian, like there's truly nothing you can say in the comments that's going to be meaner than what I get on a regular basis. So it's fine,
Which is just being stared at.
What if they type up mean things to you and then go to your stand-up and say them out loud?
Nobody, I guarantee you, anyone talking shit in the comments, not one of them are going to say that shit to me in person. Y'all can't tell, but I'm 6'7" and like 438 pounds.
All muscle.
Pure muscle. All right.
Bye-bye.